and this is my so-called life.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew
Sewing machine by Singer.
Touch and Sew.
Another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all three kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow
Is at Singer today.
Touching Touchtronic memory machines.
Incredible.
I'm Polly Bergen. Only Singer makes machines this easy to use. Touch. The memory remembers your stitch pattern instantly. Touchtronic speed control remembers to adjust your fabric thickness.
What about basting?
Touch. Great. You can forget about your sewing machine and concentrate on sewing. The Touchtronic memory machine family. Come take a test touch.
100 million people sew easier with Singer.
Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, good. I had to make sure I'm not muted. My name is William, and this is my so-called life. It is Wednesday. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but the show must go on. And yes, I have to take these off already because I cannot see. These are so dark, and I want to be cool and wear my sunglasses, but it's not going to happen. Hello, Mona, Pam. Yay, Joy. Great to see you. Great to see you. Just showing you the lining of my coat. That's all. Finish a project tonight I have been working on for a week off and on. Awesome. Awesome. What is it, if you don't mind me asking? Yay. Hello. Tonight I'm going to be doing all kinds of fun things, and I'm glad that everyone's here. You know, I had a surger meltdown. The needle on my surge, it threw a needle and it completely bent the needle, and it wasn't working. And I had one of those Wrath of Khan moments where I screamed like Khan, So I ordered surger needles. Hopefully that will take care of the problem. If not, no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going down that street. I'm not even going to bring it up because it's going to work. It's going to work. Oh, I hope everyone's doing well. But before we get started, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, lack thereof, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. And I hope everybody has a great evening flying my so-called life airlines. And if you're having a bad day, if you need an Activia, we have exits on both sides. That's a la izquierda and derecha. I hope everybody has a great evening. Was a blanket. My stepmom needed it sewn together. That's awesome. I love doing projects for people like that. I absolutely love. And I love the look on people's faces like, yeah, my friend sews. And they're like, who? That guy. I absolutely love that. So I'm not even gonna waste your time. Recently, I saw a picture of Beyonce, and keep in mind she was sitting down, but she was wearing Jnco chaps. Right now, Beyonce is in her Cowboy Carter era, and you know what? I'm here for it. But the one thing that made me laugh when she was wearing the chaps, I said, I can do that. I can do that. So I've been sewing. I have the belt kind of together. And because my serger wasn't working, I'm telling you, I had a serger meltdown. I had a moment of like, what am I gonna do? And then I realized I'm a sewing machine, and I'm also a man sitting in a room with over a couple hundred sewing machines. So, and I thought to myself, what did you do before you had a working serger all the time? I was sewing. So I'm going to make some chaps in spite of my serger. And yes, I'm so sad that you know what? Let's shame my serger. It just stopped working. It threw a couple needles. I had about 4 or 5 meltdowns. I had an existential crisis where I questioned everything. And really, I just need to adjust the tension on my serger. Activia, I thought this was an old English 80s type of show. But, sometimes you need a boost. I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I don't tell people to drink a V8. At least Wild Irish Rose. But after all that, I drink a lot of water. You need something else to help you replenish yourself. So I saw this picture, and keep in mind, she was sitting down, but I'm going to make the Walmart oopsie pile is stacking. All right, let's oopsie shame me. It is It's more, thank you for pointing that out, Pam. It's more of an oopsie pyramid at this point. And the funny thing is that's like double or triple stacked in there. It's my oopsie pyramid. It is. It is. And I've had this quilting batting here forever because I thought it was material for a pillow. So I'm asking for a friend, can I make a pillow out of quilting batting? Is that sacrilege? Is that unheard of? I'm telling you, you need an industrial equipment now. You're trying to drive a Ford Focus from Nicaragua to Alaska. I am. I am. And I'm wondering why the car doesn't work. So, I'm pretty much done, but I'm gonna sew this together, and these are gonna be humongous chaps. I'm gonna iron everything, but I'm not kidding you. I got the idea from Beyonce. I saw a picture, just a really random picture where she was sitting down, and I had that moment of, I can make that. I can make that. Yay! Hello, hello. Great to see everybody. Yay! Hello, Dixie. Hello, hello. I have no room to talk though. Mine is just as bad. And like the last time I went to Walmart, I only bought 2 oopsies. And I know that's like you bought, but usually I go crazy. So I'm doing better. It's what I'll admit to. It's what I'll admit to. But the truth is you can see Mount Oopsie from the background now. Awesome. Awesome. Great to see everybody. Yay, great to see you, Dixie. Hello, hello. Awesome. Awesome. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but there was something going around my job, and it gave me the perfect opportunity to take the day off because I needed one. Awesome. Awesome. You didn't get the idea. You just got the excuse. We all know you got the 2:45 meeting of Jnco Anonymous. If there is such a place, lead me there. I love bad coffee. Oh, oh. You know what's funny? I need to iron before I sew too. That's the funny part. Oh. Oh. All right. Do you know what's really funny? Out of everything that I've ever purchased from thrift stores, this is one of the greatest things I've ever purchased from a thrift store. I got this on a Black Friday sale from a thrift store for like $5 or $6. This has changed my sewing. Let me mute myself real quick. Awesome. Speaking of coffee, I actually made a fresh pot before the stream for once. I'm usually on a pot that's 8 to 10 hours old by the time you come on. You know what's really funny? I know the feeling. I used to reheat my coffee from the morning before the stream, but I was like, I need to treat myself better. So that's why when I first come on, I'm like, because I'm drinking a mix of coffee and espresso. I'm trying to wake back up. So my serger utterly and completely bonked on me, but I ordered a bunch of serger needles. So we'll see what Amazon sent. Alexa, do you have a notification?
Just say, thank my driver.
Am I I think they're all together, but am I seeing things or is there a broken am I seeing things? I am a bit twitchy. Let me get my right hand. It's a little bit more steady. But there's a broken piece in there. I want this to be saved forever. Just I looked in there and I'm like, am I seeing things? There's a broken piece in there, but the other pieces seem to be together. Yikes. A couple of years ago, I bought so many Walmart oopsies. Walmart had some out, and I went crazy with the purchases. I'm waiting for that day. I am seriously waiting for that day, Pam. I keep it on the burner. I was well trained by the old Navy vets I worked with. Old coffee tastes just as good to me. I'm like that. I'm like that. I'll drink the same pot all day. But, in the spirit of treat yourself, I decided to make a fresh pot before the stream. All right. I think that has more than enough. While that heats up. Okay, good. I didn't dox myself too hard. But I think that's ironic how there's a broken piece in here. The funny thing is, I'm probably going to use the Schmetz because I feel like the Schmetz is going to work better than the Singer. I was having a problem with my machine not holding on to, not being able to hold on to the needles. And I swear it's because I'm not using a proper needle. Because before I used Brother needles and it worked. And then last night I was using Brother needles, but they weren't overlocker needles. And they both snapped. But before I get to any of that, I'm gonna continue on my quest of making my Beyonce inspired chaps. I'm gonna continue making the belt loops, but I have to clear my desk a little bit. Also, chaps aren't necessarily easy. They are once you know what you're doing, but there's a million steps, and if you skip them, your chaps are going to look crazy. And these are going to be pretty humongous from the jump because I'm making them Jnco style. I laughed so hard when I saw that Beyonce was wearing Jnco chaps. That's the time. 'Tis the time. When my serger broke, I squealed so loud that my son, he walked in here and he was like, "Hey, did you hear that whine noise? It sounded like someone heard an animal." And I was like, "No, I didn't hear anything. Maybe it was a skunk." Because we do have a ton of skunks around here. But man, it was a natural scream I let out when my serger decided to stop working. You don't want to fix your serger first? Honestly, Pam, I should. I was so angry yesterday. I quit about 4 times. I had the like, what am I doing with my life speech? Beyonce, you mean that redneck from Houston? I saw this really awesome picture and she had these giant chaps. And as a sewist, there's certain things when you look at a picture, you're like, I can't make that. I can't. But I saw a picture of it and I was like, oh, I can make that. I'm gonna do it. I do have all my tools out and everything. Oh. All right, so we'll put the Carter chaps on hold for a second. My problem is that the overlocker will start working and then it throws a needle. And then I'm like, throw it all in the trash. I'm going to find that video where I threw my white in the trash because I was so mad at it on a video. Oh. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Do you know what's funny? If I ever, do you know what's really funny? I don't have, when people are like mean to me or they say awful things to me, I don't look at them as an enemy. I look at them more as a fan. You're a fan. You're not an enemy. I'm going to show you right now. This is my arch nemesis. Sergers and I do not get along. Oh. So what keeps happening is that my serger keeps on I'm putting in the wrong needle, so let's find out. Oh, the temperature has jumped here in Southern California. It's going to be cut off shirt season pretty soon. So what I do is I take the needle casing off completely because it's impossible for somebody with my size of hands to thread this in any other way. There's no other way that I can do this because of the positioning of the needles and the size of my hands. I can't do it. So what I do is I take the casing off completely. Perfect. I am now an expert at this. And it keeps on throwing the thread, and I do not know why. It's driving me crazy. I definitely got frustrated with my Husqvarna S25 serger. It stopped stitching properly recently. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was legitimately heartbroken when my serger stopped. I was like, you betrayed the entire fleet. How dare you? I had a moment when my serger stopped working. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He doesn't fix anything. He just goes to the thrift shop and buys another one. I was trying not to because I can, but I'm trying to not. That's irrational. Like this is fixable. That's an irrational thing. At least that's what I tell myself. Let me move this. I'm so done. Do you know what's so funny? My frustration with sergers came right back the second it stopped working. I was like, I forgot I hated you. Oh, there's an attachment thingy that holds the needle while you place it in the spot. I have giant hands. That's the problem. They do not make these for people with big hands. At least that's my excuse. You know what's really funny? I've been trying to avoid this because of the utter and complete frustration. And those are brand new needles, so I am keeping those for another day. But I have a couple sergers, so I just switched to a different one. Oh, see, that's what I don't want to. I'm this close to buying another one. I am like, okay, if you're down, then it goes that way. Okay, brother. Oh, it gave me such grief. This gave me such grief. And it's a horrible feeling when your equipment stops because I replaced using my baby lock with my serger. I need a spring. I need a spring for mine. I can't find anywhere. What kind of machine is it, Mona? Oh, man. They do not make this for people with big hands. Okay. Okay. That's why the attachment helps. You need to come out with a big and tall line of sewing things. Serious, but the sewing machine would be this big. Something I can get underneath with my the entire mechanism would be just one gaudy piece of metal just so I could get underneath it. Okay. Okay, this is the most important part. If this pulls out, what did you do? What did you do? And there's no way. Did the piece loosen because of the way I use it? Is it loose? Don't die on me, Serger. Do not die on me. And it's this one little piece that's ruining everything, which is the story to life. This is why I didn't want to do it, because Sergers and I are not friends. We do not get along with it. There will be no peace treaty. Juki's awesome. I still, to this day, I'm mad because I walked past 2 refurbished Jukis and I thought, like, how many billion times were these used? It's the spring that holds the lower looper in. You know, it's funny. I have that piece for a brother and for a white. Oh. Okay. Maybe if I talk to it. Hey, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at the situation. That's what it is. It's not you. It's me. It's me. It's definitely not you, Serger Piece. Okay. This piece is this is why I avoid these. This is why I had Pizza Hut boneless wings today. I actually kind of like them. I don't know why that. I don't know what that says about me, but it says. You know what, Kilroy? You know me. Like, I'm a chili fry, chili dog kind of human. So no judgment here whatsoever. I'm addicted to fried chicken. There's a grocery store. It's a Hispanic grocery store by my house. They have a bakery, a pandaria. They have a bakery. They're it's out of control. That place is just out of control. I really don't go there that much because every time I go and, like, I get nachos and then I eat them and I'm sleepy. I mean sleepy. I mean snoring like their food when you order something, it's so heavy they give you 2 bags. Now I'm craving Are you tightening both sides? Yes, I'm tightening both sides slowly because before I was over tightening and not realizing it that they work together. So I'm just gonna give it a good pull just to make sure, because this machine is intense, you know. Surgers are no joke. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put you back in place. Do you know what? I ended up rethreading the entire machine last night. That's how much of a meltdown I had. You know what's funny? I have a whole other project in the room that I had this just crazy idea with my yellow denim and the other denim that I have that's different from this, and the serger just ripped one of the front pieces basically. Yes, I kicked off the food portion. You're all oh, it's that weird time of the evening. Awesome. All right, so we were getting along so well. Let me make sure everything else is still through. Good. Okay. Oh. It's funny how I had this total moment with myself of like, because I had this meltdown of, oh, not again, and just I had total PTSD from the last time, and I was over it. That's why I quit using sergers in the first place, is because I had nothing but faulty equipment. This was brand new. The issue is me. So we're gonna find. Oh, I haven't even put the thing back in. Too busy giving the lecture that it's not you, it's me. Oh boy. Perfect. Oh, is it Monday? This feels like a Monday night sewing kind of thing. Oh, you're magnetized. Beautiful. Okay, I'm not over tightening it. I'm just making sure that it's in there enough. Okay. What are you? Okay. Perfect. So, okay, good. I'm going with the back thread first. And this is going to be the first time I do it without a light, but I'm in extremely... Oh, don't click. Are you guys clicking? Well, we're going to find out. Oh. I'm a chili fry kind of guy too. Every time I look up the menu at a fancy restaurant, I think, what even is half of this stuff? I blame the era that I grew up in because it was like carnival food everywhere. Every year during the summer, I take my son to county fairs up and down California just because they have some of the greatest food. Some county food fair is just the best stuff ever. But really, what it is, it's all deep fried. On the did I really just get that first time? Wow. On the Food Channel years ago, I saw this truck. It was at a place called the Bakersfield County Fair. And they were like, we deep fry everything. And I'm watching it and I'm like, I can drive there. I took my son there. We had a great time. I love it when the Food Channel shows something near my house. Well, when I say near, like I've gone all the way to Arizona because of something I saw on the Food Channel. How's it going, Does? Looking to see if y'all sewing today. I will be once this is a serger, and I would not recommend to buy one. I'm fixing my serger right now. It makes sewing easy. I'm making Beyonce chaps, and I'm telling you, if this doesn't work on the first or second run, I'm gonna go old school with no serger and just make my Beyonce chaps. Because I've been messing with this thing for over 24 hours now. It bonked on me, and I was like, no. But to its credit, this machine has nothing but bad reviews, and I purchased it from Walmart on a whim, and I use it like it's industrial. Okay. How's it going, Doze? Hey, Ollie, great to see you. And Doze, great to see you both. Awesome. Putting my serger back together, Ollie. It's that kind of night. And if anybody has a complaint, please file it with Pam and Joy because they talked me into attempting to fix my serger. Okay. All right, let me cut that again. See, I have tweezers for people with giant hands. These are I have a whole set of tweezers. These are for electricians, but they're perfect for someone with giant hands. I use them for everything. Kilroy's right. We need to invent a sewing machine for people with humongous hands. Yay! Hello, hello. Yay! Great to see everybody. Yay! Hello. What's it doing? It snapped a needle, and then I was using improper needles. I used leather needles, and they worked for a minute, then they snapped. And then I used thin brother needles, and they worked for a minute, and then they were like, "What are you doing?" So we're gonna find out. And the problem is, I don't want to mess up my Beyonce chaps. Because what happens, I'll be in the middle of a project and then my serger messes up. So I no longer have confidence in my serger at all. Oh, come on. Of course, the first one went in easy. Come on. Oh. They do not make these things for people with big hands. Those machines for bigger hands are called industrial machines. Let's take Mr. Sewing to class today. I'm really thinking about if that industrial sewing machine is at the thrift store this weekend. I might get it, but we'll see. I'm really thinking about it. Oh man, this is not going kindly. This is not going kindly into the night. Gently into the night, I should say. Oh, come on. Oh, anyone who sews is feeling my pain right now. This is why I didn't want to do this on YouTube, because normally, you know what's funny? I'm glad I'm doing this live because I'm usually in an awful mood. There it goes. There it goes. Ah. Okay. So you're both threaded. Why are you guys so tense on that side, though? Okay. Okay. I need to quit messing around, plug this thing in, and see if it works. They make needle threaders. I have needle threaders right here. His machines go out of tune more than an acoustic guitar in the tropics. T-shirt. Kilroy, you should be selling those lines. That's a t-shirt. All right. Okay. All right. So let's have a moment. Let's take a deep breath. I'm gonna take a step back. It's all plugged in. Let me turn the light on. Light works. That's a good sign. This has to be one of the most frustrating pieces of equipment I've ever owned. And I own an Elna Grasshopper. Oh. All right. You know what? I'm not going to put too much on it. I'm just going to grab a scrap piece and see what happens. As you can tell, I've been going toe to toe with this serger. This serger, I don't know what happened. I don't even want to look at it. We're not friends anymore. You. Needless to say, the serger just destroyed me yesterday. Yay. Make sure you run it with a piece of fabric. I have piece right here. I'm about to cut this side of it though, because I used it as a test piece and then I just kind of cut this, I kind of cut it down. Actually, there's another side I can sew on. Oh, you can see how it didn't work before. All right. what about if I sing to you? My situation never changes. Oh, my son's singing. I keep on hearing someone singing, and I'm like, is there someone in front of my house? It's my son. All right. Give it a hug. We're not friends. Work. This thing, you know what? Before I go completely off the rails, I am using something that's not industrial. I'm using it as an industrial machine. What suspense, huh? I haven't even turned this thing on, and everybody's like, uh-oh. And all I can see is the end of the week. All right, come on. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Oh, okay. Nope. Let's try it again. I'm more mad because everybody told me not to buy this machine, and I did on a whim. But I have to say, after almost not a year, if I look back, it'll only be a couple months. However long I've had this thing has worked great until it didn't. Seriously, and this is the one where I get knocked out. All right. Let me get the rotary cutter and cut this. All right, let's try that again. Come on. Peace treaty. Come on, peace treaty. Oh, you. But is that a third string? It threw a string. You're fired. It keeps on throwing a string. You're fired, Serger. You're fired. You're so fired. I don't even have the patience. Nope. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Oh, fired. You back of the fleet, kid. Back of the fleet. I don't think I've ever said that. That's one reason I'll never play instruments. Ham radios only need tuning if something catastrophic happens. It is frustrating. I own 2 banjos, an acoustic. I own an auto harp. I own all kinds of things with strings. They are frustrating. What did it do wrong? It keeps on throwing a thread. I haven't moved any of the tension. I haven't moved anything. I'm gonna give it a go again, but it's Wednesday and I barely have sewn anything because I spent the entire day messing with that machine. You're fired. You are so fired. I will figure it out when I have the patience. You need little hands like Chris Elliott. Man, those were awful. Absolutely. That is hilarious. Is it a brother? You have to thread it in correct order. Which way is that? Because I always go from right to left because I'm left-handed. So I go like this. I go in this direction. You're fired. Is this the Sopranos now? I've just had terrible influences. That's what he has it threaded wrong. I think I do. It's me. I'm telling you. It's me. You're still fired. You need to get a real serger with 3 to 5 thread. A nice servo motor. Perhaps one of the threads are stuck on something with the threading. Mine was wrapped around one of the feeds, screwed up the stitches. I think something like that's happening. I because I tore I surgeries and I have had drama. Do you see? I'm holding back right now because if I was in here by myself, I would be calling this thing all kinds of mother smuckers, and you betrayed me. Do you have a camera with really, really good slow motion built in? I have like a first generation GoPro. That's really, it's like awesome to slow down. Be nice. I'm so mad. I have officially wasted 24 hours on a serger. I think it's a brother. It's you but 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm gonna make my chaps. You know what? Let me write that down before I get ahead of myself. Because I came here, I put Beyonce's name in the thumbnail. I cannot let our intergalactic superhero down. I said I'm gonna make Beyonce inspired chaps. I'm gonna make Beyonce inspired chaps. 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. He needs to start working the steps. Admit he has a thrift store machine problem and settle down with a nice industrial machine. That's not too far from the truth. Hi, my name is William. I have a sewing addiction. Is there anybody else out there? Could have stuck a small segment of thread in one of the tensioners. I agree. I think that's one of the problems. But again, and that's not even cheap thread. That's like top of the line serger thread. I went to the real sewing store. Hey, how's it going, Nightmare Baby? Great to see you. Awesome. Upper looper, lower looper needles. Oh, I think I did do it wrong. I'm sure you have it fixed before I come to Cali next week. I will. I'm not gonna give up. I that's one of the things. I don't give up. I have had such trouble with it. I think we need to figure out why his truck doesn't work. He tried to rebuild the engine and it has pistons firing in the wrong corner. No, that's different. My TARDIS blue truck has an oil leak and it's a terrible one, but they put the entire engine underneath the driver's side. So in order to fix it, you have to take the entire engine out. So it's a lot of money to get it fixed. Yay, hello. Yay, hello, how's it going? Hello, Waternay, yay! Great to see you. You should come and help me commiserate over my serger, which is fired. I don't know if you hear me or not, serger, but you're fired. Baby Lock, I am so sorry. Do I need to sing Baby Lock, come back to me? I was wrong. Baby Lock, come back to me. This whole time, this machine has been sitting here looking at me like, I still work. Oh, it is that kind of evening. Oh, I'm singing Baby Come Back to a Baby Lock. Oh, Smets, you tried. I'm going to clean up and finish my chaps. I'm going to make the belt loops because really all I have to do is attach the pant pieces. They're huge, but it's really not that complicated because chaps are missing a lot of pieces compared to normal pants. So they're not that complicated. Awesome. Hello, everybody. It's great to see everybody. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out. Yay, hello. Well, I think it would be easier to work on if you lift the full cab off. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I've taken apart it's because I've taken apart so many sergers. that's where I'm like reluctant to even mess with this thing. That's why I was reluctant to even buy one, because I knew I would come to this impasse one day. And you're fired, by the way. You're still fired. Yay. Hello. Hello. I was wrong. Absolutely. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much. I still watch your streams at my job. Oh, now I just have that song stuck in my head. Yay. All right. I'm going to get back to my chaps, because see, that's why I didn't want to mess with my serger, because I knew it was going to be a task. I knew it was going to be a mountain to climb, and I only have like half an inhaler tonight. So there is no way I'm climbing that mountain. Oh, call the FBI water. They forgot about me. Now I'm going to go psycho. Oh, I'm scared of my first sewing machine too. Its intricate inner workings. That's the problem with something like this. It's a precision machine. When it works, it's the greatest thing on earth. When my serger works, I'm doing project after project. But honestly, I'm gonna say this: having my serger has made me kind of lazy. Because it skips about 10 steps. And I noticed I used to edge everything. I would make pockets on everything. And I've kind of been, excuse me, I've been skipping a bunch of steps because my serger really helps speed up everything. He'd probably be finished with the Chaps if we didn't want to see him struggle with this serger. You know what, though? I'm glad that everybody got to see that, and that I'm just doing this to make sure that I haven't completely lost it, but there's a broken piece in here. I want that to be preserved on YouTube forever. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. I know I'm a bit shaky. Oh, good times. I just can't live without you. Oh man, oh Kilroy, how can I make it up to you? Don't go psycho. It's not worth it. Pockets. That's gonna be my rodeo clown name. Wasn't that the Louis Anderson show? I watched it, but it was too real. There was a rodeo clown show. I think it was Pockets. I watched it, but I was like, oh, this is too like accurate. Searcher's on strike. It doesn't want to do Chaps. I don't blame it. It should go hazard pay at least for that. You're fired. I'm over. I am so over my serger. And again, it's because I had such problems in the past with sergers. And I lost an entire day of sewing. So if I do not have a Friday sews this week, it's because I felt like I didn't have enough. Or I'm just gonna come out with me being like, it's the wrath of my serger. And then I'm just gonna do the con scream in my video. All right. The serger saga continues. All right. Oh, that's right. I'm almost scared to turn this on. Let's see what the hockey score is. So, is anybody into sports? I go back and forth. When I was younger, I was really into sports. I've kind of gotten over it in my adult age. Hey, rah, rah, hello, rah, rah, sewing machine. How's it going, skits? But I'm hockey. This time of year, it weirdly reminds me that I'm into very specific sports, especially this time of year. And it's the playoffs. So my team is in the playoffs right now, which they're probably getting smoked. But you know, I always laugh when people are fanatics about things, you know.
had stomach paralysis?
Yeah, no one's had stomach paralysis yet. Thank you very much. What channel would that be on? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. See, your plug is right here. I'm going to be real nice to my sewing machine, considering that it's I'm into sports. The Huey Lewis album, if that counts, it counts. All right. Perfect. Yay. Hello, hello. I have small hands. I could refresh the searcher for you, but not until next week. I'm so frustrated. It's because it was like the marquee thing in this room. I walk up to it and just start sewing. I would be done with the project instantly. But again, I think it made me kind of lazy. So, yay! Hello, hello. So back to the sewing machine. Oh, right. Let me move all of this stuff. Let me wipe up my coffee stains from my coffee stein. I'm making the executive decision to make the chaps first, and then I'm gonna iron. If you're into sewing, iron first. But if you're into skipping steps and you're into pirate sewing, you're in the right place. I don't really understand most sports. I'd like to invent my own sport called speed eating. They have contests every year. The hot dog contest in New York. The older I get, I can't watch it. Don't even bother because I'd win the gold, silver, and bronze for that sport. If you give me prednisone, I could do the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Reach, chip, dip, eat, reach. Hey, I'm on that same diet, Ollie. I'm on that same diet. Oh, what did I do with the remote? Oh. Okay, they're showing the other game. Okay, I'll pay attention to my own stream. Or hydrate. Soda doesn't count. Even today, with my new Jack in a Box addiction, I've started getting a Sprite, and I'm like, this is not hydrating. It's the pretzels version of they give you something just so you want more and more. Oh man, I'm sorry, sewing table. You've been neglected, okay? I'm sorry. Let me really get this. Perfect. Iron cut. So iron so more. Yo no entiende. Watch and repeat. All right, so I'm gonna let that cool off for a minute. Well, cool off. I'm gonna let it dry. I love Lysol wipes. I have like 3 or 4 open packages. This is a non-sponsored spot. These are Clorox. I legitimately window shop on Domino's and Applebee's ordering sites. Send me the Olympic eating competition. They'd give me a ticker tape parade. Oh. I'm like in between there, like, because I like eating a lot, but I also like eating stuff that tastes amazing. So I'm like right in between there. All right. Nope. I'm gonna get my table and do this semi-proper and pin. That's plugged in. I am so over my serger bonked on me, and I was in here acting like, you know what? It's so funny. Like, I constantly talk about how I have first world problems, and I do. And my serger dying is a first world problem because the first thing I did was go on Amazon and start ordering things. Oh, well, as far as like serger parts. It is hot in here. All right, let me move my camera. That one obviously is on the ceiling, so we'll get this one. I haven't decided what to do with my other camera yet. I think I might just unplug it. But that's way fancier than this one. But I haven't decided what to do with it yet. I figured it out. You replace cigarettes with Amazon. Do you know what's so funny? I've watched so many people with Amazon addictions that I should have like learned the lesson and stayed away. All right, let me figure this out. So, mic stand is not playing nice this evening. Oh. Chaps, we want chaps. Please, no more bleeping surgery mishaps. I like that song. Now that is a cheer. Absolutely, 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 Alibaba. That is a cheer. We need to create Amazon Anonymous. We can start. Hello, my name is William, and I'm addicted to buying really, really, really cheap stuff on Amazon. Is that how you start? Hey, hold on, let me get my coffee. Hello, my name is William, and I'm an addict. I'm addicted to buying cheap stuff on Amazon. Oh, I'm still not over my surgery yet. I'm just being nice because I'm on the tubes. But everyone's right. I do need to get industrial equipment. I need to quit messing around and buy either an industrial serger or an industrial sewing machine, probably both. All right. So when I saw the picture, and the funny thing is I only saw a couple pictures of it, but I instantly knew what I was gonna do and how to make it. When I saw the picture, my first thought was, those are kind of easy to make, but also they're basically Jncos. So the chaps that Beyonce was wearing, they were basically Jnco looks, and she wasn't even walking around in them. She was more or less just taking a picture with them. I have an idea. If they're too janky, I have elastic and I will put them in the thigh area. But you know what's really funny? There's a lot of steps that I skip in sewing and in life. But if there's one thing I never skip, it's leg day. So I have a feeling these are going to fit. And I'm not even kidding because I love to skate. So I never skip leg day. Okay. All right. I mostly use Amazon as a search engine. Find what I want, get the model number, then order it somewhere else. Oh. I've been eyeing a super strange Singer 9SS blind stitch sewing machine ex Canada post. Crazy. I need something hardcore and industrial, definitely. I do not want to give any more of my money to Penis Rocket, dude, that I absolutely that rocket was Dr. Evil. That was straight out of Austin Powers. This is when that's what let me know that we're on the dark side of the mirror. $100 hard pass to get the needles now, though. That stinks. The circus is working me tonight. Oh, I know the feeling. I I tell people all the time, like, you see these gray hairs? They weren't here 6 months ago. Do you know what's really funny? I recently cut my beard, and I think that's subconsciously why I cut it, because it's almost all gray now. Okay. All right. So those are pinned. Oh, these are going to be. Oh, Dose, if you want to talk about the circus, I'm making some rodeo clown pants right now. Oh. And do you know what makes me laugh? A lot of this fashion is inspired from rodeo clowns because they wear insane clothes to draw the attention from the bull, away from the cowboy to themselves. And so it makes me laugh. Wrangler actually has a whole line because there's this one guy. I watch PBR because pot's legal in California. There's this one guy who's a famous rodeo clown. He has his own line of clothes. And he's getting paid because he has his own commercials and everything. And the other rodeo clowns are wearing his clothes. So shout out to rodeo clowns and all the people ripping off their style. Respect the beard. A lot of guys can't grow. I didn't even think about that, Dose. I didn't even think about that. But let's be fair, I didn't get hairy until I was in my 40s. All of a sudden in my 40s, I'm like, what happened? Oh my God, I just saw that you can order Domino's with an Apple CarPlay. What the hell would you ever want to use your car to order Domino's? Use the phone or the website like a civilized person. Do you know LA is kind of anti-Apple Pay? And it's weird to me because I'm really not into on any of that stuff. I'm old school. I still literally use cash. I'm a dinosaur. But there are signs everywhere where it says no Apple Pay, or no, like it's hilarious. And I really didn't start noticing it until recently, until some guy lost it at a counter. But you can't expect every single store to carry whatever it needs to do that. Or I guarantee you they're getting ripped off on the back end or something in that direction. All right, so I'm gonna sew these pieces together because I'm dying to see what they look like before I add the final belt loops. I can't grow one. My uncles can't either. I guess it's just one of those genetic things. It is one of those funny genetic things of people. Like I was trying to explain to my son because he has this giant, beautiful head of hair. And I was trying to tell him, like, on both sides of your family, you come from a long line of bald people. So enjoy your hair as long as you can. And he keeps on telling me, he's like, there's modern technology, there's this and there's that. And good luck. Good luck, son. Good luck. I've been on that road to denial many times. I've been on that river many times. Matter of fact, I'm the boat captain on the river of denial. Better enjoy it before the ship sets sail. I'm telling you, like we come from a long line. All right. So because I don't have my serger, I'm gonna line everything up. I'm calling it old school, but like I really have just been using my serger all the time. I just need to get back to my old technique, reinforcing my seams and not giving I did move the sewing cam because times are changing here in the house. But really, I needed this space for my giant television right here, so I had to move the other camera. Okay, let me get my scissors. Perfect. Damn right. Enjoy that hair. That's what I try to tell him. Like, and you know what's funny? I started going bald around 17. That's how hardcore it is in my family. Yep, they can give you pills or implants, but it's like trying to stop a freight train. Thank you. With a wet newspaper. Thank you. It's insane how I told you about I don't know. I don't remember what it was. Probably during the pandemic because I was watching actual television, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got caught up in a commercial. They showed this young man in a van, and he had a fro, but then they showed a picture of him bald, and I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. And, and then he was going to meet his friends and family, and he walked in the room and everybody clapped because he had his fro back. I mean, he had the perfect hairline and everything. When they got down to it, it was plugs and spray paint. Literally plugs and spray. I don't need a spray painted afro. I'm sorry. I want my real fro, or I'll just be bald. With that TV that close, it's like a jumbotron. It's great. It's like an immersive experience when watching, especially when watching sports. All right, so I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna sew this one more time just to reinforce my seams. I'm gonna cut any excess thread. Beautiful. I'm not even going to talk about my sewing machine because perfect. Perfect. Tomatoes are like randomly through this room. Go Hollywood spray fro. No. Okay, Alibaba, would you get plugs in fake hair? I don't know how man, I'm not even gonna say it because I'm not here to malign any wigs. I'm not even gonna say it. So I want to know, could you do it? Could anybody in the chat? Like, I would rather just not have hair. One day I had to accept it because I always make the joke. I always make the joke about how I look like I was Earth, Wind, and Fire. I had hair all the way around here. I was bald all the way up to here. So I literally look like I was an Earth, Wind, and Fire. I look like a 70s soul singer because I refuse to let my hair go. All right. And then one day I just had to accept it because it looked awful. I had like 1/3 of a fro. I had the Friar Tuck fro. Look at the wigs they used to wear in the upper class France in the Louis XVI era. Like, come on, it isn't as bad as that. So I don't know how, man, they suffered for fashion. They suffered for fashion. I will not get baby doll hair plugs. Exactly. I was so mad. I just wanted my fro back, really, is what it is. I was beside myself. Like, I just wasted a half an hour on this. Or collect all the old foam from inside your sewing machine and glue it together like fiberglass resin. Do you know what's really funny? They make foam wigs. I think they're creepy, but they sell everywhere. People actually make a lot of money making foam wigs. They sell foam wigs. It's a huge industry. I will rock the Friar Tuck look for sure. Do you know what's funny? One day, I'm just not going to cut my hair for a week, and I'm going to show you my real age. It was so sad a long time ago. I'm being quiet today. Yay! Hello, hello. Dose, I understand. I completely understand. Work wool. Oof. Do you know what it was? Is I was okay with everything here, but I grew my hair out one last time. And I remember I asked my aunt, I was like, hey, will you line up the back right here? And she's like, sure. And she's cutting it. And she's like, you're bald. I said, of course, I know I'm bald here. She's like, no, bro, I'm completely bald back here. Where my cowlick used to be. The artist formerly known as Cowlick is gone. No, I couldn't do fake hair. I wouldn't even know how to make it look unrat-like. Ah, so true. So true. Neither would I. The blokes in my family don't tend to go bald, so I should be good on that front. You know what? I told the story. I have one uncle that still has his hair, but I'm sure he paid a lot of money for that. Because every other male in my family is either balding or in complete denial. Even my cousin who I have a cousin who's in his late 30s, probably almost 40 something. He looks like he's 15. And I'm coughing and I'm dying because he really does. But even he's balding. During Christmas, he was sitting next to me and I was looking at him like, yup. Oh, I'm crying because it's funny and true. He looks 15. He looks like he's 15 years old. I'm sure they card that guy for gas. Let me see your license, kid. Oh, but he's balding. So my kid there's no hope. There's no hope. If you're neck of the woods, they have wigs with nitrile bands for setting a hairline that makeup. Oh, that makeup to blend to your skin. I'm too jumpy and itchy for a wig. Reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where George got the toupee. Oh, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Oh. My grandfather rocked a toupee. He was a pride-filled man. I absolutely loved him. He rocked a toupee. He refused to let it go. Oh. Or on your toupee, or your toupee would look like if you went bald in reverse. Oh. It's okay to be bald. Bald acceptance here in the House of Sewing. And I can get everybody a discount at Earl Shive. Perfect. That was the worst commercial ever because I sat there with hope thinking that this guy found magic in a bottle to get your fro back. And it was hairspray and plugs. And then I got caught up in these weird videos on Twitter where people were literally painting their hair. No, thank you. Oh, you know what? Let's add the belt loops so we can do the fun stuff last. But I will turn this leg piece out so you can see. Oof, I need to resew that already. But these are gonna be amazing. Oh, these are going to be amazing. I already see a mistake in one of the most important places. Oh, boy. Oh, you didn't betray me, huh? Like the serger. Not over it. Not over it. Bosley makes it look as easy as simple as buying a bottle of Coke. It does. I've watched their stuff too. I've watched all of it. Like the day they invent something that legitimately gets me my entire afro back, I'm there. Well, mascara is painting hair, really. If that makes it look twice in the volume, that's kind of true. As somebody who has extremely thick eyebrows, I look at people and I saw someone today. I I absolutely love this woman too, but I noticed her entire eyebrow was painted on. I actually knew someone that had tattooed eyebrows. I'm just now starting to bald at 50, but I started getting gray in my early 20s. Wow. You know, that it's funny how that happens. It's really funny how that happens. All right, so the belt is either behind me or I'm rolling on it. Nope, I'm sitting on it. Okay. I measured this like 6 or 7 times because there was no way I was gonna embarrass myself on stream again by not being able to get these over my noggas. So those are measured. What does that sign say behind you? Oh, it says Klingon Maktajaj. It means remain Klingon. In I absolutely loved the reboot of Star Trek Discovery, and it really went really hardcore into the whole lore of Klingons. Everybody complained about how they hated the way the Discovery Klingons looked. I was so starved for Star Trek. I was like, let's go. Let's go. I was so excited for new Star Trek. I loved the show. From the moment Takuvma started talking to where he started talking trash about the Federation, like how they come in peace. It's really like, I fell in love with that show. So it means remain Klingon. If you pluck your brows too much, they won't grow back. I bet she plucked them too much. I have kind of a damning eye and I'm constantly observing things. So sometimes I'll notice something. And where I live, a lot of people have have no eyebrows. A lot of people. I have that low brow that you can grow nice long brow hair, nicely sloped up the forehead. Hey, me too. I have the ridge too. It's better than sunglasses. All right, let me find my scrap pieces. Ugh. My eyebrows are really thick and they connect too. Do you know what's really funny? I do give myself a nice, like, I do cut here. When the day I finally lose it, I'm gonna have a unibrow. When I'm finally old and senile, I'm gonna have a full unibrow from years of shaving my and I know there's hair there because it comes back. You know what's really funny? Everything here is gray. This comes back black, like like black hole black. All right, let's make some belt loops and call it a day. Where is my rotary tool? Right where it should be for the first time ever. Maybe part Neanderthal. I am Alibaba. That's why I say you and I are cut from the same cloth. You and I are cut from the takes me back to the Prehistoric era. I've got the opposite of a sloped forehead. It's a 5 head and and it's as vertical as the Empire State. Oh, I got hair everywhere. You know what's really funny? My pops was weirdly like Nigerian, and so he was hairless. And I inherited that. Genetics are such a strange thing. Do you know what's really funny? I'm laughing at myself. I recently got rid of my small ruler because I'm like, I never use it. And now's the perfect time to use it. But I have my giant ruler right here. Perfect. Normally I'll make a bunch of small belt loops, but I've been making I've kind of changed my style into making bigger ones. Something like this, I'm gonna need some support. So I'm gonna make some larger belt loops for this. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Perfect. I think of a place you'll still use yours. I can think of a place you can still use your small ruler. Measure twice, cut once. That is, I live by that. I live by that. With something like this, I'm just trying to make sure it's more uniform. And even with the excess pieces, I can use as a smaller belt loops anywhere where I need to. Like this piece is perfect because anywhere where I need more support, I can just make a smaller loop. These are kind of self-explanatory. I just flop them over themselves and sew them right in place. In a weird way, I got rid of most of my pins and I kind of regret it. They broke over time. I would get these really cheap Amazon like clips from Amazon, but nothing beats a pen because I live somewhere where it's hot all the time. So plastic gets destroyed after a while because it cannot handle the heat. So I'm not necessarily a plastic clip guy anymore at all. But days like this, I miss my clips. And I'm sure I still have quite a few laying around. I just don't use them anymore. I do not because they were such a mess. And I have Before I Let Go, the Frankie Beverly version stuck in my head. All right. I just have to make sure it's bigger than my belt. Perfect. Yay. I think they have those clips made in steel too. I definitely need some steel clips. I broke all my clips. Now they're only used for bag clip. They're for chip clips. I even went as far. I bought a bunch from the 99-cent store. I even put them in a video, some weird segment years ago, and they all broke over time. Every single one of them. They are kind of hard to find and are expensive. I bet if I looked because I have access to all kinds of weird stuff, and I bet if I looked, I have a machine shop magazine where they sell everything you do not need. And I guarantee you I could find it in there. Sorry, I just had to make sure that was bigger than my belt. I'm sorry for neglecting you, machine. I am sorry for neglecting you. Oh, okay. Perfect. Eventually, I will finish this, and this is going to be hilarious when I put these on because they're going to be huge. I might have to put my golden Nikes on because they make me just tall. just as tall as my boots. Perfect. Yay!
Hello.
How's it going?
All right. I was working on a project with my mom earlier and had a bit of a time overrun. I said, "It's 8:30. Oh no." How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm running around. Today's been one of those crazy days. I'm not feeling well.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
sound.
you're gonna laugh. They were
Oh.
having a meeting at my job. They're like, "Oh, so and so's in the hospital, so and so's sick." I stood up in the meeting and walked out, and everybody looks at me. We all have radios. I get on the radio, I'm like, "Continue." They thought I was playing. I walked out the meeting. And you know what's funny? I got sick. I don't feel well, but honestly, sometimes I don't know if it's psychosomatic or if it's just because I have a low immune system, you know?
Mm,
But I'm legitimately sick.
yeah, you don't sound right.
No, and I don't. But I'm so jittery, I just can't sit on the couch, you know? I need a P38 space modulator. I think we all do. Yay. Hello, hello. Oh no, you have Ebola now? I did lose from my birthday on. I lost my sense of taste for like 20 days. And I didn't get sick. I didn't have Ebola or anything, but my sense of taste was gone.
Well, didn't that come on the heels of a cold that you have?
Yeah, but that usually like never happens. If you hear
Mm,
me twitch, I have this weird reverberation in my ear. That's how I know I'm sick too.
mm,
Like when you reach a certain octave, it bounces off my left ear.
mm.
But everybody at my job is like you're a hypo.
No, sick people need to not go to the job and make everybody else sick.
But we legit like my job is hardcore. We have a nurse at my job. Like I could prove it real quick. But I was like, I'm sick. They're like, don't come in. Lots of taste. Lots of taste is probably from from the oven. Kilroy said that last time. I'm fine. I'm right here. You know what the problem is? I've said this from the jump. Be serious. That is the new C word. That is the new like Voldemort. But because my breathing is so terrible from the jump, like so I always would jokingly say, like, oh, I would never know if I had it in the first place.
Mm.
So I kind of feel like that. Because I can't breathe on a good day. And a lot of the symptoms, if you break it down, a lot of the symptoms are how I live every day. But I smoked for 19 years. Please don't feel sorry for me. I'm a born asthmatic, and I smoked because I blame Kate Moss, the 90s. What else? Who else can I blame? That movie, Coffee and Cigarettes. Funny, I had never seen it before, and I bought it on VHS, and I watched it like a year ago, a year or two. Like I think it was probably during the Ovid period.
Hmm.
I'd never seen it all the way through.
I don't know that movie.
It's just they interview like cool people, like Iggy Pop is in it. They're smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee.
Mm.
Bill Murray is in it with the Wu-Tang Clan. And RZA and the Jizza are really holistic. And Bill Murray walks in with a full pot of coffee, smoking cigarettes. And they're like, come on, Bill Murray, come on. But Bill Murray, you know, he's old school. There was I wrote down notes. Give me a second. Let me get my phone because I'm pinning belt loops.
All right.
There was something else I was gonna. I come prepared for my co-host. I have questions for you.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
may or
more
may not have answers.
commentary too. Oh, I have a heavy ring in my ear. Oh. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Why does everyone drive a Tesla? And I'm talking about, and I know you know what I'm talking about because you know my area. Why? And it's a thing now. Why does everyone? I feel like I'm in a bad Twilight Zone episode. Like every other car is a white or gray Tesla.
Well, I mean, despite how one may or may not feel about the company person, I think a lot of people just feel like the cars are kind of cool and have a lot of features, and that makes them fun for them. Could be a bit of a status symbol too, you know.
Oh,
Now we
so
talk-
everybody's too good for a C class now? C class used to be where it's at. Got my 5 Series. If you had a 5 Series in 1994, you'd made it in life. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I
Every
think
other
that's
car on the road is a Tesla.
well, I think the reasons people like the C class are the same reasons people like the Tesla.
So it's like a fancy watch. You're wearing it just because everybody else is.
Yep.
I'm gonna. I you know what's really funny? Even though we've already passed iRobot, we are slowly going into that. I will be that one guy with a gas tank putting it in his motorcycles. Everybody else is flying in their cars. Yikes. You know what? That's gonna be my t-shirt is Isaac Isimoff was right. That's gonna be my t-shirt. Good grief. I hate all modern cars, way too much electronics.
There's a new electric car company, and their car looks retro, like the cars from the 30s. And it's an electric car, but it doesn't have any screens. It has like mechanical knobs and switches for your radio and the air and all of that. But it's not cheap. They're hoping to bring the price down perhaps in the future runs, but
What were we saying? 200?
no, it's not like that. But like I think it's gonna start at 80,000.
Good grief.
Or maybe it was 80 for one and 60 for the other, or starting at 80, they're hoping to get it to 60. I don't know, whatever.
You can get a used Ferrari for 80. Ask me how I know.
I'll put a link in the chat.
By the way, they bought them before Eli his asshole and plays piles. And I think also there's a dealership in my town. My town is very much like new money. So I think a lot of people are doing it just because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
I'm an S-class person myself. Those were dignified cars. Would you let's say you had the ability, would you drive around in a Rolls Royce?
Why not?
I recently saw an interview with somebody, and I won't say their name, but they were sitting in a car. They're an ex-NBA player, and they moved their head, and I'm like, bro, you're in a different tax bracket. You're sitting in a Rolls Royce. We don't have the same problems. We don't. You're sitting in your Rolls Royce on your sprawling property. Like, we do not have the same problem. I keep on saying they should make a basic cheap car that just has a radial heater and air conditioner, and it would be the best seller for the next. Toyota tried that, and then they got popular. That was like the 1970s Toyotas. That revolutionized the game.
I saw a video, and apparently there's been a lot of backlash from drivers about screens and how you can't do anything. You can't, there are no buttons or knobs or anything. And apparently there's a trend now that's a coming back towards more physical buttons in the cars because people are so fed up with all the screens.
Recently, my mother calls me and she's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but I've been locked out of my car for 3 days. I said, what are you talking about? The screen on her car was trying to do something with her phone and it wouldn't let her access the screen on her car. I sent my IT person over. I sent her grandson over. He figured it out in 10 minutes. They wanted to sync with it. It was forcing my mom to sync with the car.
Mm.
And it kept on picking up her phone and it locked her out until she registered it with the car.
Oh goodness. See, now that's heavy-handed. And
it's a Tesla.
We should not have to give away our personal information just to make something function. Like, like a website or whatever. They're like, you agree to cookies and a whole entourage following you around, or just don't use the website. And it's like, it's no. I should have basic functionality of a website without having to give my personal information away. So there.
I agree. There's a ton of sites that are like, you're gonna give away your freedoms coming on here, and I'm like, oh man, I just wanted to look at something for 10 seconds. I have to remember which side I'm sewing this on. Okay, good.
Alibaba said, I would drive a Rolls. And then Kilroy said, or even the Caddy that had the engine that was so big they had to put the battery under a seat.
Ford did that with mine. That's why I can't fix my truck.
Oh no.
Screens aren't safe. You just have to take your eyes off the road and use them.
No. You've got it. Screens aren't safe. You have to take your eyes off the road to use them. You had the wrong vibe with the message.
I don't have my glasses. Also, like, I said this back in the day, I could barely switch a CD and drive. Imagine me with a giant screen. You saw I complained about the RAV4. I refuse. You know what's so funny? I am finally of that age where I don't care if I look cool in a car. Is that achievement unlocked as an adult? Is that like achievement unlocked? You have to look at the touch screen. The one of the Tesla's 25 inch, like a 20-inch screen.
Yeah.
It's bigger than my computer.
It's
than my laptop.
Too much. You need some basic functionality. Let's see. Alibaba said, I almost got one. Same kind as Goldfinger had in James Bond movie, but the Phantom closed cover. Huh.
Wow.
And Kilroy says, I don't understand how it's illegal to use your phone while driving, but these screens are fine. You do raise a point. You'd be going down the freeway. Kilroy says, you'd be going down the freeway at 110 miles per hour watching Star Trek, and CHP would be chasing you and you wouldn't know. Cadillac STS had the battery under the back seat. Goodness.
I don't know why they started doing that. And for the record, yes, I would.
So is that where the battery is in your truck? Under the back seat? Do you have a back seat in your truck?
The engine is under the front seat. You have to remove the entire engine to replace what I need. It is so stupid. They started really quick Ford history. They started doing that in the late 90s with the trucks for some dumb reason. They were trying to save space on giant trucks. End of speech.
What space is it that they're trying to save? Like, what could they possibly need with the size of those?
My 1988 Ford F-150 is 25 feet long. My 2000 Dud F-150 that has sat in front of my house for over 5 years now is 17 feet long. 18 maybe.
But still, what space is there a shortage of?
They were doing it like, you know, people stopped using trucks as trucks. They're status symbols now. Trucks aren't made indestructible. I'm telling you, a Mitsubishi Eclipse hit my truck. It totaled the car. And I came home and said, pump, pump, with an old plunger, like a doll, like I pulled it out, you know?
Right, but we're talking about under the hood, and they all have these like massive front ends. So what on earth is it that they need to put that they can't fit under the hood?
It's a major point of contention in the truck world. I don't do this out of love. I do it because I grew up in a Ford family. It's kind of a hillbilly loyalty thing. I wish I grew up with Chevy lovers, but I didn't. I have an army of Fords in front of my house. I own 3 Ford vehicles. It's crazy.
I don't care. I'm not loyal to a car company.
I inherited a few, and the other one was such a dud. It's a lesson though, because I'm impulsive. I saw this truck, I really wanted it, and I just did everything I could to buy it. And the guy told me this thing's a piece of junk. And I said, no, 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 I can do something with it. It's a piece of junk. So I can't blame the dealer. He told me. You
Dear.
know. You know what the sad thing is? I bet you I could sell the truck back to him and he would go sell it to somebody else.
Well, maybe you should do that.
I don't see a reason why I shouldn't. I was looking for a reason to equivocate on that one.
Oh, why?
You could lift the cab off the truck and then work on the truck. It has to be able to fit in parking spaces. You know what's so funny? That's the school my son goes to. My brother graduated there in 1986. Other siblings that I know graduated there in 90 something. I may or may not have gone to this school. The whole reason I'm bringing it up, their parking spaces, my truck fits in the parking spaces because they're old parking spaces. They're made for 1975 Suburbans and, you know, Cadillacs. So one reason I love the parking lot of this school is because I can get my giant truck. And I'm going to take a picture one day. The parking spaces are 26 feet long.
Goodness.
That's how they all used. Well, in that range, you know, because cars were humongous. Now I have to, you know, it's leg day every day when you drive the truck because I have to park in the back of the parking lot to go anywhere. Engine bays are packed full nowadays because of all the electronics and such. It's real. No one knows how to work on it. As someone who knows how to work on cars, I don't know how to work on the new ones.
I might need another coffee.
It's that kind of night, huh?
Yeah. I'm tired. I got a good night's sleep and I'm still tired.
That's the word. When you get a good night's sleep and you're still groggy. All right, I'm going to go one more and then we'll go one in the middle. Well, these are truly going to be Beyonce chaps. I was watching a random show and they, you know, Beyonce had her Cowboy album and she did all this photography because she knows, man, she knows how to internet. Beyonce knows how to promote. And what's that? Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, those are what you're hanging the chaps from.
Yeah, this is my belt.
No, I thought when you said belt loops, I thought a loop for you to put your belt through.
Yeah, I'm making really wide ones and then I'm making small ones in the front.
Well, because it looks, so are those on the side to hang the chaps from? Or are those for running is that the waistband that you're stitching onto?
Yeah.
It looks like you've got your belt loops on the wrong way. But I'm doubting if I'm looking at the right thing.
Trust me, doubting Thomas, I will make magic.
Well, that's why.
Verily, I say unto you, doubting Thomas. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna Beyonce it up in here in a minute. And she had the white hat too. When I saw the white hat, I was like, "Ooh, I can do all of that."
Okay, so I'm sorry. So you were inspired by Beyonce's new country album. Had to make yourself some chaps. All right.
You got Malibu rum in that.
No Malibu rum, just some relaxing cocoa powder. I don't drink, actually. I don't know if you might not have been here when I said that, but no, I don't drink.
When I was a kid, I made myself sick off of Malibu rum, and I never drank it.
Oh no!
There's a list. There's an actual list. Malibu rum and tequila. I got like semi-alcohol poisoning at like 14.
Oh,
I never drank tequila again. Let me tell you something. When something teaches me a lesson, I don't go back down that street. I don't ever want to be that sick again in my life. I was a kid, like I'm telling you, I always jokingly say, like, if you don't respect something, it'll teach you respect. But I say that from experience.
I have some rum, but I use it for cooking.
I don't even know if there's any alcohol even in my house.
No.
I don't think I even have any alcohol in my house. No, he has Everclear. That's another thing. College, ASU. I saw someone go to hospital over Everclear.
Ooh.
Guess what? I never drank. They drank it in front of me, and we all panicked and called the ambulance, and we saved this person's life. They were convulsing. Alcohol's bad, kids.
No.
No, he would have hair on his head if he drank that. And my knuckles, too. That's what we'll give you.
Coming out the top of it.
Exactly. I'd start wearing all those 1970s shirts I have. Nar, onward, ahoy. Absolutely. That's how he lost it. I never had it in the first place. My tequila story is I bought a 1 liter bottle, said I was just gonna have a few drinks, and when I woke up the next day with a massive hangover, and tequila was completely. I remember the feeling. I'm telling you, it taught me a lesson.
I'm really glad you woke up the next day, Kilroy.
Yeah, tequila. Tequila is like one of those things where if the world goes bad and you need gas, put tequila in your car. I took out 222 tanks, a battalion at 5 years old when I got my friends to power serve them beer from a big tub of ice. We got the bottle tops too. Oh my gosh. You know what's really funny? I used to have giant parties at my house, and I still have those big wash tubs. There were people the next morning still on the base commander's lawn. Oh, that's what you can't handle your soldier. You can't handle your liquor, soldier. I was fairly responsive, extra regular drink. I quit as well.
I find that I don't like the taste of alcohol. Like, I just can't get past the taste. And I like having all my faculties at my disposal. So I've never been a drinker. I kind of feel like, for me, what's the point? I don't want to get drunk, and I don't like the way it tastes. So
you're not missing out on much. And you look like you start telling the truth.
Oh dear.
They don't call it spirits for a reason. Liquor is truth serum. Are you kidding me? Liquid courage. People think they can fight, sing, all kinds of things while they're all kinds of things. Liquor lies to you. I'm gonna put 1 in the front. Or I should just put 2.
Oh, I see. You're putting the belt through the length of that. That's the kind of loop you got. It makes total sense to me now.
I've learned over time to make it a little bit bigger because I need some support from my caboose. And I learned last time I couldn't get it over my nalgas, so I made the belt huge. So I have to make belt loops so I can put my actual belt on.
When you said a wide belt loop, I was thinking like this wide, and it would go like, this way, and your belt would go through this direction. So when I was confused that you had it like wide and long as well. Totally get it now. That's a cool feature.
That's a big piece. I've actually learned this over time from making just a bunch of pairs of shorts. And then I got obsessed with making board shorts. Like obsessed with making board shorts. And then like I'd go somewhere and people were like, "Where'd you get those?" And it was that I made these,
See, that can be part of your summer line.
I used to do a 1 liter bottle of 100 proof in one sitting all the time. Now because of my medical condition, I can't drink a drop. It's funny how things work out. I haven't had I used to love the liquor life. Same. Are you kidding me? I got drunks did an intervention on me. That's how bad I was.
Oh goodness. Dose says, I only drink beer for the taste. I don't remember the last time I was drunk. Oh, see, I think you get kind of two camps. There are people who really like the taste of beer, and they like the differences between the different kinds and the different regional ales and all of that. And then you have other people like myself who think beer just tastes awful.
Would you drink? So you wouldn't even drink a non-alcoholic?
No, I don't care for the taste of beer at all.
I legitimately like the taste too.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and they're like, "Oh, have you tried this one that you have with the orange slice, or this pumpkin one in the fall, or this special one from wherever?" Yeah, I mean, I understand being a connoisseur of it, but
I drank wine in the best region of France and Germany.
Nice.
Jägermeister was made in the valley. Oh man! Oh, Jaeger! I grew up in the suburbs, man. Jaeger. Oh, I have bad memories of Jaeger bombs. Bad memories. Liquor is the worst. I blew through my Coca-Cola. I know how that is. You know what did me in? And I tell this story all the time, and it's not a secret. Do you know what ruined my life and stopped me from drinking? I started drinking moonshine.
Oh my.
And then I went on a trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I drank man, it was bad. I was drinking moonshine to the point where I went on a trip with my friends to Vegas, and they searched my bags and threw away my moonshine because I would carry it in water bottles.
And yet you were worried about the Everclear.
Yeah, it doesn't have to make sense. Once again, you are confusing the story with fact. But you are here to class to join up, Yeah, and I learned real quick that moonshine lies to you. Anything that you drink and you're like this, after 3 shots, I'm not kidding you. After 3 shots, I would feel myself going like this.
That sounds awful.
We all know Waterbury is driving everybody home.
Sorry. That wasn't even judgment. That was just my own personal. That doesn't sound like a good time.
I got super high off coffee at Christmas time. That was my first time. Do you know what's funny? I'm kind of juiced off of coffee. Right? It's because I drink espresso, so it gets me Dose asked me about my sign, about my Klingon Maktajaj sign.
Oh, I heard.
Because I'm obsessed with Star Trek.
I was glad. Thank you for asking, Dose, because I was wondering.
That's from Takuvma. When every time he says Klingon Maktajaj, I looked up the spelling. That's one thing Paramount Plus is good for. They canceled Lower Decks.
I saw that was ending. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna have to find something else to do.
I had a friend who was learning Klingon.
Oh my gosh.
You could learn and then talk to him. He's not really like a Star Trek nerd like you are, but he's a nerd in many other ways, like the sort who would want to learn Klingon.
When I lived in Portland, that was the only place I've ever known where they would teach you Klingon.
Yeah. I find conlangs fascinating.
I would have a small bottle of Jaeger and go for a walk in the Black Forest.
At 10 years old? Oh my word.
I have a question. Like, let's say you found like something from the Varian disaster. Can you keep it? Like, let's say you just found some Roman stuff out in the Black Forest. Can you keep it? Can you legally just walk away with it?
I don't know.
Because
What are the treasure laws in Germany?
I was about to say, there's a real law where if I find like an arrowhead or something, or if I find something that's historical and I have to stop, like if I'm digging in the ground and if I find an old encampment where in the state of California, I legally have to stop digging and inform a college or something.
Mm.
I used to make a good shine. That was my problem. I grew up around people that made shine and stuff like that.
I know in the UK you can like you can make an agreement to search for treasure on someone's land, and then it's like split 50-50, like the proceeds, but you have to offer the treasure itself to a museum. They have to like pay fair market value.
My old boss, he was a very jokey human, and when he would, give introductory speeches to people, he would always be laughing and boisterous, and then he'd be like, if you find anything that's archaeological, put the dirt back and move, find another hole. Like, but he was serious. He was like, if they dig up my field because of you, I will fire you. Like, if a bunch of college kids are here telling me what to do, I will can you.
Yeah,
But
you can.
we have crazy.
Yeah, you can't keep it, which is unfortunate. I think from what they said that the museum like might make an arrangement with you and let you keep like some of it, but you have to offer everything to a museum first.
If you tell on yourself.
Yeah, well, if you don't, you get in like serious trouble.
Yeah, in our state, you can go to jail if they find non-marked artifacts.
Yeah. Mm.
Now I have Indiana Jones. This should be in a museum. I kind of way back then you could keep it, but I found a very large. I kind of agree with Kilroy. In the UK, there are treasure laws.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even keep it. I think about that all the time, like when I go with my metal detector. But honestly, I've mainly found money. People drop change from the time change was invented.
Dos thought your sign was Arabic.
I wish I was that classy. It's Klingon because I'm a geek, like a real geek. The museum sets the price really, but they are fairish.
Yeah.
Could I sell it to them though, or would I be considered a robber baron?
Well, no, if you find it on your property, then it's yours to sell, but you have to offer to sell it to a museum.
Oh, okay. So if
you
I find a giant gemstone, they're not just gonna take it.
It's only like historical artifacts. If you find a giant gemstone, then that's yours with your property's mineral rights.
That is true, but if you don't have mineral rights, you kind of aren't allowed to do things like that.
True. If you foolishly sold your mineral rights to somebody else.
So, hold on before I switch conversations. Nothing but the sand under where I stay. We have really different. The topography of California is crazy. We have what's called alluvial soil over by my job, and we can still grow tons of food. Tons of food.
Nice.
Even though there's a ton of clay in the soil, we can still grow. And with all the water lately, it's been unreal.
Wow.
True, they have first pick, and then you get the red. That's
Mhm.
they can offer money.
Yeah.
What if I don't want a bunch of overzealous college kids digging in my front field? In the UK, anything under 10 coins is a hoard too and has to be reported. What? I find 9 times more than that just going randomly to Ventura, Oxnard, Malibu, Santa Monica, and anywhere else in the Southern California area.
No, I think they mean like in one spot.
There was one time, like, in modern, and these are modern coins. Isaiah and I, we got a bug. We went to the beach one day, and first he found like $15, and we kept going, and then we found like $75. But we spent a whole day. Like I almost fell asleep on the drive home. We were in the sun. We were in the sun the whole day. Metal detectors are so much fun. They are so much fun. To start your own mining company and start. How hard can it be? You know what's really funny? Those shows on the Discovery Channel, it was the noodling show that made me want to go to Oklahoma. Counting cars. I knew someone that used to do that, so like that I loved that show. He would buy and sell old cars.
Mm.
I got addicted to those house flipping shows. But it was the mining shows in Alaska that showed me I would never want that job.
Mm.
Not in a million years. Okay. So I feel like we should have a victory party before I sell my Chaps. Today, for the first time in a long time, I turned down street furniture.
What was it?
A almost 6 foot display cabinet, but I don't have the room.
You could have put your sewing machines in it.
I have 2 6'5" cabinets behind the flag. Each one is made in sewing machines. I made it in the shop. That's how I know they're 6'5".
You could have
And
put it on the wall in your living room and put your nicer sewing machines in there.
And I also learned it's not necessarily smart to put a 65-pound sewing machine on top. No, because back when I used to sit in that chair all the time, I was sitting in the chair and I'm like, that would be a terrible way to go, to just get conked by a sewing machine during an earthquake.
Yeah, maybe don't put them over your head.
It was 6 feet in the air. So it's in the bottom row now.
I hung a picture while I was hanging pictures today. Had to switch some stuff around. And I made sure I did not hang one over my bed to brain me.
They have to be in one spot. Oh, okay. There's a lot of laws in the UK where I'm like, I don't know if I can live there.
I watched the Orville, but he hasn't.
No, I have not seen it.
It's so good.
Is the show over completely?
I don't know, because it seems to be a while between seasons, and then the writer's strike and the actor's strike and this and that. So but I think the last time I checked IMDb, it said that the show was done. Which, I mean, it had a story arc. I would have enjoyed another season, but
the reason I asked
it's so good.
is so I can buy all the I can buy the entire series. Because I liked their first episode, but their first episode was Star Trek. It was a menagerie. And they were part of the menagerie.
I mean, I think that if you're a Star Trek fan, that you appreciate it more. I mean, it does have.
I am sick, Gilroy. I am. I don't feel well.
Yeah, the Orville is done.
I know there's other ways to pin Chaps, but I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, these are gonna be awesome. Before I let go. Oh, these are gonna be awesome. Oh, that's. Where are my pins? Where are my pins? Oh man. Yeah, so I turned down free furniture today. The more I find out about the UK, the more I'm glad that I'm in America. There's just a ton of laws I would like in their taxes, like, and I have gotten into fights with people about this because we give a fair amount of our income in America. But and I'm not getting to from an American standpoint, they give away almost 55% of their income to the government. And they do have the NHS. They have services that are non-existent in America. So I'm not like sitting here trashing their system, but from a capitalist standpoint, giving away 55% of your income. If anyone's in the UK, please feel free to come in here and absolutely trash me. But I knew someone who used to live there, and now they live in Montana.
I didn't think that it was quite that high for the taxes.
This is what he told me, and I take it as gospel because he lived there. But again, he's a capitalist, and he may or may not have been raised in the same family as me. So I think he was telling me that to hit me in my wallet because he knows me.
Because I thought that isn't it
These are gonna
is Sweden or something that has like 40%, and I thought that was one of the higher. I thought that was higher than the UK.
I was told by a United States airman. I could be wrong, but this is also his reference is also from 20-something years ago when he lived there. Because he moved all around.
Mm-hmm.
But says the guy who owes money. But I always owe. I need deductibles. I need to adopt a tractor or something.
Do you want the waistband that high?
Oh, I'm putting it high for a reason.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But yes, I do.
All right.
How can I do my stripper moves without having a high waistband? Before I let go. Oh, these are going to be awesome. Let's give her a little preliminary look. And I would just like to which camera is it? I would like to think, the table's in the way. I would like to thank Beyonce for this inspiration. Oh, I gotta sew these things. I am in love already.
Yeah, I saw that it ended, Dose. I'm sad.
Oh, come on.
But it was good. Did you like it? Those are great.
All right,
I was catching up on your videos the other day. I liked your windsock made me laugh, and I liked your Jncos that you made with the denim. Those were good. They came out really well.
Those are probably the best pair I've made in a long time. In a long, long time. Okay, so let me get. And then I walked past free furniture so much that to the point when I came home, some guy with a truck, like he had his kid helping him. My son looked at me and he's like, "I'm so proud of you. So proud of you." Gave me the clap like Eddie Murphy's mom, like almost broke his hands clapping. Really, he's just tired of being my Sherpa. You would be mad as if you made and molded a banana hammock like you were doing. I purposely did not put my tight pants on because I knew I was just going to be
if you're worried about getting those over your behind, but you want a tighter waistband, you could always put a button on it or a snap or something.
That's not a bad idea. I want to get them on first, though. That's not a bad idea at all, since I did go a little crazy. If you ever go to Walmart and you see an entire row of something gone, you're like, Who is the crazy person that did it? It's me. I'm the crazy person. So I have an entire display of all kinds of buttons and run stuff. NHS sucks though. I've heard so many stories of months-long delays for stuff that they can get taken care of right now over here. Yeah, even without even people without insurance get better care because if you pay to play, you get comprehensive care right away.
But I don't feel like that's a quite an equivalence, because you can still pay for stuff privately over there if you want to. And here, a lot of people who have like regular insurance do end up, waiting months to see their doctor, or, getting delayed for their checkup, or the surgery is not scheduled until such and such unless it's an emergency or something. So I don't feel like that quite has everything lined up.
They're like anything else. I don't think it's like what it used to be. Like I told you about my friend who lives there. They're constantly exposing the problems of the UK, but like I think it's just because they hate the Tories. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Where is my remote?
The CCTV cam, not the lounge cam. I don't know what we're talking about. A button doesn't show off his beefcake as well. Well, I don't know. If he had the band tight, like right over the little curve there, then that might work.
Oh, that's another. Oh, that's right. I don't have my tight pants on. Are you pro or anti tight pants in general? And keep in mind, I'm from the Tupac era.
Are we talking about for men or for women, or doesn't matter?
We're equal opportunity. We're equal lover, people here.
I think that that a lot of men wear their pants way too baggy, and it's a problem, like the saggy, and I'm not talking about like the style thing where you stag your pants and show off your undies, but like the pants, they're low and they're hanging and they're like all saggy in the butt and thighs. Like I don't think that's not flattering. But then for a while you had it where like the pants were tight, but then they still were like sagging in the bum.
Okay, but what about 1979, 1980s tight, where you can see what the person had for breakfast?
I don't need to see what the person had for breakfast, but I would like pants that fit better. And I don't need like women's pants like painted on either.
I was gonna ask that too. Like, where's the line? Because certain styles, they look like they're literally painted on.
I think that with women's pants, it's not quite so uncomfortable when they're a little tighter because they don't have like extra, bits that might get accentuated. But yeah, I'm not fond of painted on pants, and I'm really annoyed with the way men's pants have been fitting for like the last 3 decades, because they're terrible. They're not flattering. They look sloppy. Not a fan.
Okay, but I wear like a size bigger because of my nalgas.
Well, maybe if you have a situation, then you should do some like tailoring or make your own pants or something.
When I finally do figure out all the like internet stuff, I'm gonna get a segment where every time you say something extremely positive, a Care Bear is gonna pop up.
But I do think that your pants fit better than, like, they're looser, but they're not like weirdly loose like some people that are just like
Well, you know, what's the saying? If you're old enough to wear it the first time, you shouldn't be wearing it the second time. Isn't that this? I
Yes.
teetered somewhere around that. Like, but it was sad though. When Jncos came back, I said, "Oh no, I don't care if I'm 70. I'm gonna wear some Jncos."
But Jncos, they were big, but they were a different fit than the just generally oversized that we had in the 90s.
Well, they fit your waist and then they tapered down.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But
I'll
for a
never forget
while there,
my pops was like, "And those pants probably don't even fit." And I lifted up my waist, and he's like, "That's only half the battle." He was
for
shocked that they were like actually my size.
for a while in the 90s, people were buying say they had a 34-inch waist. They'd buy like pants in a size 42 or something. And then they're like trying to put a belt on, and then the belt was too big. And
I still do that.
so
I still my shorts. If I don't look like I'm playing for the Michigan Wolverines in 1992, I don't wear them. I want my short. Do you know Jalen Rose, Chris Webber? Wow, I'm really pulling back tonight. I can't remember who else, but they invented. Well, they didn't invent, but they brought the long basketball shorts. They got rid of that 1970s look in the 90s of stop wearing. Basically, those things were like underwear. Those basketball shorts were so small. Those were banana smugglers. And it's on, and I'm not like, yeah, I have a Michigan jersey because of those people. Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, the Fab Four. Come on, those were good times. But what my whole point is, certain styles like that, I'm stuck in the past in that particular style.
as far as like, I'm not necessarily saying we need to go back to the same style lines, but as far as like fit goes, I think pants were probably the best in the 80s because they were like more fitted, but they weren't like super tight like you had kind of in like some eras of the 60s and 70s, but they weren't like super huge. They were just pants that fit.
Are you
And I
saying
kind
like
of miss
those
that.
weird Karachi pants?
No, I'm not talking about necessarily a particular style line. I'm just talking about the fit, that they weren't like super huge, or they weren't like hipster pants that are like painted on but then saggy in the bum. Or
I got to go to Menards for decent clothes. What's Menards? Is that like what I say? Where I live, all jeans are girl jeans. And so I have to go to Walmart to buy a pair of jeans that are just straight cut. Or I have to go spend like $80 on a pair of jeans to go get a boot cut pair of pants, you know? Menards sounds like my kind of place.
Kilroy says Menards is a hardware store. I
Oh.
think it's like Lowe's Depot.
Oh, then they sell Carhartt and stuff then. I wear Carhartt. A lot of my work stuff is Carhartt. A lot of my like work shirts, the really durable ones, are Carhartt. And I bought these. I bought the. Oh, we won! I'm glad I didn't watch that because I would have been screaming. Oh my gosh, we won! We got mopped last game, 7-4.
Excuse me.
There's like candy line up here. Sometimes I have to go do that because my legs are freakishly long.
See, you're being discriminated against, Kilroy. That's not right. You should be able to get pants that go all the way down.
Yeah, but I wear a size 13.5 shoe. I get discriminated against. I have to pay more money for the same shoe.
That's not right either.
And you should see people's face when my 5'9" self walks into a big and tall store. I'm like, I'm just here for the shoes. Don't judge. Here for the shoes, okay? I need a decent pair of boots. There was one time I walked in and everyone looked at me. I'm like, look, I'm just here for shoes. It was awkward. I said it out loud too, so everybody heard me.
I used to be plumper, and sometimes my mom, for Christmas would want to get me a new bra, Well, my mom is a very tiny person, and so she would mention my size, and she would say that inevitably the salespeople would they'd look at her, then they'd look down, and then they'd look back at her. She'd say, "No, no, it's for my daughter." Yeah, I'm not that size anymore. Get your fantasies out of your head, people who like buxom lasses.
The whole time we were talking, I was in mourning of every time I see my son with a black and white t-shirt on, I'm like, I remember when I was that size. I'm not, if anyone's ever wondering, I am not that kind of parent. I tell my son, if you see anything in there that's appropriate to wear to school, go right ahead. So he's all up in my closet, and it's actually cool because he's going through all my clothes and folding, refolding, and discovering stuff. And I'm not that size anymore. I'm not necessarily that size anymore, so somebody has to enjoy it.
I like that he's wearing your dad's old Italian suits and fancy shirts and things.
And my pops was skinny, so he fit, and that's another thing of jealousy. I'll see him he went somewhere, and I'm like, "That's an Italian shirt, kid." And I was like, "Don't eat a hot dog when you're wearing it. Don't drink a soda. Don't smoke cigarettes, even though you don't do anything when you're wearing that shirt. That's a dry clean only. You take it off before you go anywhere else. If you're gonna go play with your friends, you take it off." I can't find any jeans anywhere else that are not tied and tapered. Thank you. Same thing here. Everything's girl jeans. Everything in LA. Everything.
That tapered thing that went on for a long time.
But they still do it though. That's the kicker, is they still do it. And it's 2024 and I have to go to Walmart to buy a decent pair of jeans.
Boot cut for the win. I actually my preference is for a straight leg, not super tapered, not a wide leg at the bottom, just a straight leg, maybe a slight taper, but they haven't been in style for a while. Although I heard that capris and pedal pushers and things are coming back, and people have feelings about it.
You keep on saying that, and it reminds me of this one Ghostface skit where he's making fun of this guy for wearing capris. Are you a capri kind of person? Yeah, I could see you in some capri.
I mean, I thought that was just summer clothes, summer pants. Apparently, I've been out of fashion. Good thing I haven't been leaving the house much lately.
I get the straight leg ones. How do you feel about and I'm not here, man, come on. I literally wear my favorite shirt is a girl shirt. My Harlock the pirate shirt. That is literally made for a woman. I don't care. There was something else that I bought. I was wearing it the other day, and I'm like, well, no one's noticed all day that the buttons are on the other side. And I just noticed that I've been out the house for 6 hours.
I think that's in part because they don't stick to that as much as they used to, especially with pants. But
DJ Dose and I wear the same size shoe.
Oh, you can trade off. 1 week you can have the gold shoes. The next week Dose can have them. Maybe if Dose has a gig, he can borrow your golden shoes.
That did put a smile on my face to see how jealous my ex-wife was of my shoes. Those golden Nikes were a score. And I got those at the thrift store. It's not even a secret. I still think either a shoe store or somebody who was 6'7" was I'm getting rid of all my shoes. I went off. They were nice ones too.
How tall are you, Dose?
I wear 12s, DJ. My toes go around the corner before I do.
Yeah, but Kilroy, you're tall though. So
I'm a hobbit.
Big feet kind of go with your height.
And you know what? And it's hereditary too, because my pops had big feet. He wasn't that tall. My son is 5'7", 5 to the 8-ish, and he wears size 12.
Goodness.
We're great at swimming. No, but for real, I am. It's because I have big hands and big feet. It's like gliding in the water, and I got long arms. I'm gonna stretch them wide open. I'm 6'2". You see, that's That's why sometimes I truly feel like I'm leftover parts. I'm the like instead of 7 of 9, I'm 9 of 9. You know, I never thought about that. If I was in a Borg cube, I would be 9 of 9. You would be 1 of 1.
I think they would, I don't know. I'd be like, no, I'm not assimilating. And they'd be like, tough, assimilate. I'm like,
Well, that's what
"No."
happens. Like, you know, when you either are born, oh gosh, let's not get into Voyager lore. I'm such a geek. And I'm almost finished on my 6th Star Trek book.
So what is this Voyager lore I'm forgetting? I've only seen the show once, and that was when it first aired. So you'll have to refresh my memory.
They redefined what it was for the Borg. And so, like, most Borg lore comes from Voyager because Picard had they had episodes, he had run-ins, but the Voyager crew went to where the Borg actually were in mass. So they had to go through Borg space, they had to go through these transphasic wormholes, and I know it's all hand-wavy physics in Star Trek. I'm not even trying to like pretend like I know what I'm talking about. But Voyager really gets into the Borg lore. Like they deal with the ethics behind it. It's, you know, they had more time to spend with it, so they did. It's one of those things.
Dose just started watching Picard.
I will reserve my I liked Picard. But I'm not too. But again, it's because I needed closure. I needed closure. As someone who obsessively watches The Next Generation, I needed closure. Kilroy is short and weighing and a good coming in at 6'5".
Kilroy. See, you barely come up to here on me.
You would do you know what's really like on I have nieces and nephews that are that tall.
Good
but
one.
I was not blessed with height.
Sometimes when I stand on the step ladder, I'm like, oh, this is what it's like. The table is so low.
Don't give away short secrets. Because I do that too. Just like every time I pick up my hammer drill, I think I have a bazooka in my hand. Every time. That will never go out of style.
I sit on chairs and I'm like, my legs are kind of short, and so none of them are really comfortable because my feet don't fully reach the floor. But when I stand on the stepladder and I look down, I'm like, oh, those look like little kiddie chairs. They're so far down, so low to the floor.
I would like to watch the Star Trek sagas in chronological order.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to start with Enterprise, then The Next Generation.
No.
Because Enterprise is before, that's the first ship is released. Enterprise is before Kirk.
No, you need Enterprise, and then you need Brave New Worlds, and then Discovery, and then the original series, and then The Next Generation.
Right. Do you know what's funny? Because they're shot in modern times, Strange New Worlds, it does make me feel like I'm looking back. Like Strange New Worlds feels retro.
Feels retro, much more retro than like Discovery.
No, Discovery does not. Even the first episodes, because they bring it up, but they're on a different ship. It looks futuristic. They have black badges. It's just different.
Yeah,
you know?
well, they're on that special ship. But
just like Phlox figuring out the Borg, they were never able to figure out to make another one ever in the history of ever. You don't have enough time. No, I not in this planet. No. Do you know what's really funny? I was thinking about that because I'm starting to like physically buy all the collections of everything I want, and I already have a ton of Star Trek. But I was like, should I buy Voyager and Deep Space Nine? And then I thought to myself, like, do you have enough time on this earth? Like right now, I'm rewatching Babylon 5, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit a button and make bad decisions and order the whole series in a minute.
I mean, you keep them going in the background, so it's not like you don't have time. And actually, I think we just said out of order because it would be like it's Enterprise and then Discovery and then Strange New Worlds. I think, did I say it the other way around?
Oh, you lost me after the original series. Or before.
But yeah, like because you just kind of put them on and you watch a few each night or whatever, you can get through them.
I'm watching all the seasons of Taxi now. Never knew how great that show really is. I love that show. Because of my childhood and Nick at Night, it brought I love that show. Is that still around?
Nick at Night?
Or just the Nick, they had a channel that would only show old stuff after a while.
Oh, yeah, I don't know because I got rid of cable a few years ago.
I need to see if I probably have that channel.
But if you figure, I think, like, for example, Enterprise is what, 26 episodes a season or something? So if you watch one a night, then you can get through a season in a month. And each of the shows had, I think the Next Generation had the most series. But so, if you watch one a night, you could get it done.
Oh, these are going to look awesome. They actually talk about that. Like all the people from the original series, they all got divorced. They all it was bad. Patrick Stewart had 2 or 3 different wives during the series. And he openly talks about it.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's just, they're long days and stuff.
Damn it, I put these on backwards. All right, let me slip out of my Beyonce chaps. Now I just have Beyonce stuck in my head.
Which song?
I don't know the name of it. They were Yellow was playing it on Rashawn's channel.
That's what inspired you?
No, it was the actual picture. Oh, because they're slick. And you know what's funny? It's one of those things where I'm like, wow, how come I didn't think of that? But it's a slick design. And they're Jncos. Oh.
If you put on Budgie Smugglers underneath, I'm going to riot in a bad way.
Oh, no, I'm about to put a belt on. My shirt's going all the way down. That's why I made the belt high. You know I'm Prudence Goodwife in here.
But you could maybe that would up your views. Maybe the people in the chat. Okay, chime in the chat. Do you want to see some Budgie Smugglers under the Chaps?
I told you there was someone who I don't respect that wore a mankini online, and it showed me what not to do online. And this person's a fool in general, and they're a fool even more for thinking that it wouldn't do anything else except for be like, oh, don't be like that fool. It's not that kind of party here in the House of Sewing. It is not that kind of party. I only look cool.
I watched a video, and the sewist lady is wanting to make Clara's Victorian outfit from Doctor Who, and so she's starting with the undergarments. And so when she went to show off her split drawers and chemise and everything, she had on bike shorts and an athletic tank top, and she's like, okay, we're putting this on before we model because the internet.
You will never see me wearing Banana Smugglers, and you will never know what religion I'm from because. But to be fair, the decision was made for me, wasn't it?
Alibaba said no smugglers. Kilroy said I don't need to have confirmation of his religion. Thank you. DJ Dose says Speedos. Lol.
Well, that's not a no, Dose. That's not a no.
Dose also said that you need to sing every time you try them on.
Oh my gosh, these are huge. Oh, wow.
Anyone else have a vote before we get the reveal?
Okay, so there's a little bit of work I'm gonna do on this. What camera?
Joy, Skids, any lurkers, Pam.
Let me switch my. That is the ceiling.
Oh my. Oh, I heard in the beginning when I was lurking, that Pam is coming to California.
Yeah, she'll be here in a week or two.
Oh wow.
But she's going from Anaheim to San Diego.
Is there a conference or something in Anaheim?
I believe her son's graduating from the Navy.
Oh.
So, San Diego.
Okay.
And if you ever want to see the Pacific Fleet, just go to San Diego.
Wow.
They're always there. These are awesome.
Those look great.
Oh, come on. Beyonce. Oh, let me get the hat. I don't know any Beyonce songs.
Joy says, "Scene one, you've seen them all."
For real though, it's not at a certain age. It's not even fun anymore. These
Those
are awesome.
great. Did you put your golden Nikes on?
I did.
Maybe try your boots.
I did. These are just as high as my boots. Honestly, these are almost just as high. Oh, these are dank. Thank you, Beyonce. Thank you, Dr. Beyonce.
Confetti.
Oh, I can even line dance in these.
All right.
Oh, I stepped on it.
Give us a little slap and leather.
You know what's so sad? Do you know what's so sad? Do you know, because I'm fairly new to the internet. I started in my late 30s. I'm in my 40s now. Gosh, it's been that long. But I just found people line dancing to hip hop online.
Oh, you don't know about the black line dancing? It's fabulous.
I found it's because I'm constantly watching the Gap Band. I'm constantly watching all these but these hillbilly guys did a remix to President of the United States of America, and they were line dancing to Peaches. Oh, these are awesome. Oh, let's check the chat. Thank you, Alibaba. Thank you, Joy. Hoedown ready? I am ready for the hoedown. I am.
I agree, Alibaba. I think you need to hem them just a little bit.
I will the second I get my surgery starts working. Line dancing is stupid no matter. I was waiting for the hammer of Kilroy.
Now who's judgmental?
I was waiting for the hammer.
My problem with line dancing, I think I've said, I can't remember if I said this in the chat or just to you, but if it's simple enough for me to remember the next time I go line dancing, it's too boring to dance the whole song. And if it's complicated enough to keep it engaging for the whole song, then it's complicated enough that I don't remember it next time I go line dancing.
What's wrong with hillbilly choreography, huh? Are you racist towards the hillbilly choreography?
Me or Kilroy?
I'm you.
What?
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I said it was fabulous.
I know. I'm just giving you. So I fixed my speaker cam. I think we're gonna call that the speaker cam. But these things are huge. And keep in mind, I wear a size 13, a 13 and a half in boots. But let's be real. It's all big toe. It's all big toe.
I even have a pair of boots from when I used to go line dancing and dancing West Coast swing in a country bar.
West Coast swing is fun though.
West Coast swing is fabulous. I love West Coast swing. Now it's not limited to just country music.
The secret is you have to be drunk. Seriously, I live around hillbillies who like line dancing. That's the secret. A simple dance you can remember. After a 24 pack, that's for real. That is for real.
Do you watch West Coast swing videos on YouTube?
I actually do. I have an
Oh.
eclectic eclectic timeline.
I really enjoy watching the Jack and Jill competitions.
Alibaba, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll be back at it on Saturday. Thank you so much. I'll be back with tales of my not so working serger.
Have a good night, Alibaba. These are my boots that I got when I used to go country western dancing.
Oh, those are some serious ass kickers right there.
These are, what brand are they? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Tony Llama. No. Yeah, Tony Llama.
That's awesome. Those are awesome.
Have some shoe trees in them, but no boot trees. So
how tall do they make you tall? Because that's why I wear boots.
They do not. This is only like a 1.25 inch heel, maybe. They're pretty low. I have other boots for being tall. Oh, here, I'll show you my tall boots. Well, some of them anyway.
Oh, these came out perfect. I have to turn around to see what I look like. Oh, these came out perfect. You know what's really funny? I made these being inspired from a picture because I know the general shape of chaps in general, and I've made quite a few pair of hammer pants. I knew I just had to flare out the bottom, make sure the legs were perfect, and flare out the bottom.
Yeah, those came out really well. They're a variation on the chaps you normally do. I think they came out well.
I'm gonna have to find the picture.
These I love, but these aren't super high either. But I like these because they didn't have a zipper or anything on them.
That's when you're gonna go battle the Great Oz. Those are wicked. Have you seen Wicked?
No, I haven't seen Wicked.
Those are wicked, but you haven't seen Wicked. I saw it at the Pantages and in the movie theaters. Those are wicked green. And I'm not from Boston.
Yeah, these are pretty fabulous. And they're leather. They don't have a leather sole like my Tony Llamas, but these are Miss L Fire.
They're not from what's it called? That place you're always trying to get me to
Fluvog? No, they're not Fluvogs.
They should pay you.
Fluvog is fabulous. I will gladly promote them.
All right.
Thanks.
I'll do one more. I can't believe these actually. You know what's really funny? This is the beautiful thing about sewing. I got this idea from a picture.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna pose like she was. I don't look like Beyonce.
Well, you know, you don't need to look like Beyonce.
She also had on like a bikini bottom underneath, and no one wants to see my legs like that.
Yeah, see. Remember in the 90s when people used to wear the leather pants and then put the underwear on the outside of the pants?
I actually do.
I didn't care for that. It was tacky.
Anyone who wants to dress like a 1920s superhero needs help. If you're dressing like George Reeves Superman, I'll pay for your psychiatry. There was a guy in Seattle that would go around trying to stop crimes, and he ended up getting arrested more than anything else because
Oh,
he was
good.
obstructing justice.
Oh,
Like, but him and his friends would dress up like superheroes and walk around downtown Seattle trying to stop crime.
I'm surprised that the criminals didn't just remove him, shall we
I
say?
think they were scared too because he was so high profile.
Mm.
Because he was on the news, he was national news.
Hmm.
Hey man, that guy cared. At least he was trying to do something. Oh, these came out really well. I'm gonna
They
have to
really did.
fashion a whole outfit for this now.
Agreed. What kind of shirt are you gonna make for those?
I don't know. I could make my Western pattern finally after all these years.
What about a fitted denim vest?
I like that idea. I still have a ton of denim left over too. And excuse me, but no one tell the people in the valley that they have affordable denim.
Oh,
I
you could make that shirt with the pattern that you're gonna trace, and then you could make a fitted denim vest to go over the shirt. And the shirt could be like either a plaid or like one of your crazy prints or something.
I have no end of crazy prints and plaid. Actually, no, most of my plaid I use for lining or my kilt that like I line that thing so I didn't realize I made it as like one continuous piece and then I wrapped it. Let's just say it can wrap around me twice.
Mm-hmm.
But I added buttons so you would never know because I just wrapped it and put buttons all in strategic places in the front and the back. And if you're looking at my back buttons, we're really friends. So no one's looking that close.
Either that or someone is a sewist and is looking for the closure.
You know what? Every once in a while I can catch a real hardcore sewist because I catch them looking at my seams like, okay, it's all right. It's all right. Because people all the time they walk up to me, they're like, where did you get that? And I say, I made my own clothes. The speech starts. But then someone will walk up to me and they're like, skipped a stitch, kid. You'll get there one day.
Rude.
It's always someone's grandma smoking a cigarette, getting in her 1975s olds, but happens often.
That's just rude.
it, it was more or less when I hung around the competition people.
The competition sewing people?
I've been to quite a few conventions
Mm.
because of my friend
Oh.
and her age, and she knows where all the good conventions are. And if you really think about it, there is a convention like every month in downtown LA.
Mm.
It just may or may not be what you're into. Next time there's a sewing convention, I'll let you know. They're fun. It's overwhelming though.
Mm.
It's kind of like the first time I walked in that sewing store and I'm like, this place exists. And it was literally everything you could possibly think of for sewing. Let me check my notes. There was something else. Let's see.
Oh yeah, you said you had a list of things you wanted to talk
Oh,
to.
I've already incorporated most of them in.
Oh, okay.
And I have to check my notes because I write down really smart, like really snarky things. Like this. Jack in the Box didn't have any ranch, so everyone should go to jail. I'm not trying to be picky, but if I go to some place and the whole reason I go there is for their sauce, and then I walk in and you don't have the sauce, I'm gonna feel cheap. Oh, and they also have biscuits, so there goes my summer 6-pack. They have buttermilk biscuits at Jack in the Box. There goes darn.
The pesky baked goods. That's it. Nothing but spinach and carrots and grilled meats.
I want to go back to my original point when I first started asking you questions. Well, when I started this segment, is it wrong? Is it the slobification that everyone wears? Oh, hold on, let's see what cover. You don't need the six pack anyways. Nobody to show it to, but hands, and he doesn't care either way. No, he's getting all buff. He's so funny. He wanted to wear just an undershirt to school.
Oh goodness.
And I'm like, bruh. I respected it because I remember being 140 pounds and walking around like this. I remember it. I remember I was 170 until I hit 40. I was a stick until I hit 40. I remember just being skinny buff. I know how it is. But I was like, put a white shirt on that, man. Put a white shirt on. Do you how do you feel about people wearing sneakers with suits?
It's not to my taste. I think that there are other sneaker adjacent shoes that you can wear if you want to mix it up a little bit. But I'm not really a fan of, or like sneakers with dresses. It's not really my own personal taste.
Like I have loafers that are fake sneakers. They're just really comfortable, but they're made to look fancy.
Kilroy says tennis shoes with a suit is awesome. I think it depends on the shoe. Like there are some that go better than others, and like if you've got like tennis shoes and a suit that's a little bit, like a t-shirt or something, then you kind of have it mixed. You got a little of this and a little of that mixed together, then that works a little better. It depends on the shoe, but if you're, and the occasion.
Somebody walked in today wearing a really well put together suit. I could tell it was tailored. Everything was perfect. And then they had a pair of Air Force Ones with a giant tongue.
Oh, see, I don't like Air Force Ones with a suit. I would choose a different sneaker.
I didn't say anything different because I know this person doesn't watch my channel. I'm bringing it up, but to me, I was like,
What kind of shirt were they wearing?
They were wearing a very nice 3-piece suit.
And like a button-down shirt?
Yes. Everything was tailored. Everything was to the nines. And then they had on Air Force One. But keep in mind, my job, like, even if you're coming to impress me, I'm out in the country. So we tell people don't wear fancy shoes.
See, I think if you're gonna do that, then you need to wear like a nice sweater or like a silk t-shirt or something like that to kind of so that the different parts of the outfit speak to everyone. Hey, Rashawn.
How's it going?
And then Air Force Ones, I think, are too bulky for a suit leg. I would do a different kind of shoe.
I gotta show off my chaps.
Oh yeah, show Rashawn.
My Beyonce inspired chaps. But no, please continue. So you think that that's too much? I'll tell you, like, I used to wear suits all the time, and I have like the biker stereotypical pair of Vans. They're the 1989 Vans. Every biker on earth wears them, or Converse. Oh, I have sweat in my eye. Hey, how's it going? I was told that is the tackiest thing on planet Earth to wear my Vans with my suit. Or my Airwear, my Airwalk. It's just that standard Airwalk look,
Again, it depends on the shirt you're wearing and stuff like that too, I think.
I successfully made some Beyonce chaps. I saw a picture. And all I can see is the end. I don't know which angle is better. I have all this room in here now.
Well, your name tag is on the bottom of the screen to your right, so you have to move the chair so people can see it.
Look at that. I could have never done that with the Golden Girl chair.
Where it says, "Don't listen to that tight ass. You wear whatever you want, Will. Just make sure you wear the sexy man glasses with it."
Thank you, Kilroy. Kilroy told me to live my life. Lyle. You know what's funny? I made a bunch of patches that said Lyle on it, and people would always ask me, "What's that mean?" I'd be like, "That's live your life."
I do agree with that. Like, just because I personally don't like something doesn't mean somebody else shouldn't wear it.
That's my motto. That is, I'm doing good, Rashawn. I'm doing good. Just another crazy day. Crazy day. You know what though? There's all kinds of things I wouldn't wear, but I would not stop someone from wearing it. Who on earth would be like, I just saw a picture of Beyonce, so I'm gonna make some giant chaps. To each their own.
The thing for me is I want someone to have a style and to be intentional about what they're wearing. Like, don't just throw something on. Like, find the thing that speaks to you, put an outfit together. That's what I really like to see. Like, it doesn't even have to be an outfit I would wear or an outfit
Even
a
if
style I would like. Just like,
I dress like I'm in Electric Boogaloo or I'm in Motorhead or I'm in like I dress like a 1980s biker or backup dancer, depending on what side of town you are at.
Yeah, that's what's important to me. That people are, being expressive and being themselves, putting some thought into what they wear, putting something together. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I like
show
to
up.
see.
I'm gonna show up to your house with a 3-piece suit with some I don't own Air Force One with some
You should
golden
wear
Nikes
gold
on.
tennies.
Yeah. Oh, they're gaudy. They're huge. I wear a size 13. Do you know how huge? Look how gold these are. They're shining in the light. Like I wear a size 13. These things are humongous.
The camera just can't handle it.
Oh, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. That is my last move when I'm fighting somebody. Like, you are now blind from my glass. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, but I'm all about wearing what you want to wear. But I still have that damning eye where I look at people. And also, I think because I have a giant foot, I was very self-conscious when I was younger because I'd wear a pair of slacks and my foot would look this big. And you're this beanpole of a human and your foot is just looks like big canoes on your feet.
I was out and there was this guy and he had on this like tightly fitted like tomato red suit, and it was really fitted, and then like the sleeves were intentionally short and the pants were high waters, and then he had on like some loafers with that, and he looked fantastic. Like I personally, I like pants that I think the pants should have been longer and the sleeves, but that doesn't matter because he was wearing it with such confidence, and he had like and such style to his whole like demeanor and to his fit. He looked fantastic. I love that.
It is absolutely. Remember, I was just saying you pay more money. It's the worst when you have a big foot. You know what's so funny? What Rashawn is saying. I would love to be a 12. There's so many shoes. I used to buy skate shoes all the time. I'd walk up to the counter and be like, "Hey, do you have these in a 13?" They'd be like, "No, we stop at 12."
Oh.
And I came to the point where I'd walk in the store and be like, "What do you have in a 13?"
He did. He was great. I was going to tell him how much I liked his outfit, but he was on the phone.
It's all about feeling it too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all. You know what though? Like I wear a black cowboy hat all the time, and I don't even think about it. it's my thing, you know. But I guess it's all about confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Because the average person, if they put a cowboy hat on, they would like be acting goofy because it's a big giant hat. This Justin Waternay likes them longer.
Killer, you probably typed that just so you could take a screen cap right then. You're being set up.
Hey, it's that kind of night. I'm wearing chaps inspired from Beyonce. I got my golden shoes on. I'm gonna find that picture. Because the second I saw they were denim, I was like, "Oh, I know, I can do that."
Yeah, show us the inspiration. Inspo outfit.
I don't know if it. Well, Beyonce doesn't take like indecent pictures. She's not like.
Killer's trying to turn this Wednesday into Saturday. Damn it!
I know the red lights turning on around here.
You should have.
Beyonce wearing chaps.
There's a I follow that pen guy. He does ornamental penmanship and fancy handwriting and things. And if his stream goes really late, it automatically switches over to like the late night disco theme and they get a black light pen party. So you should set that up. So if you go over a certain length of time, suddenly your place goes dark. You get black lights everywhere. You get some glow in the dark stuff going. Do some sewing, black light sewing.
I did not see these pictures.
Oh. Special Beyonce. I thought you were excited about the black light, but you were excited about the special Beyonce pictures.
There's the picture. She's showing Nalgitas in the. Oh my. Hey, I'm gonna have to look at these later.
Well, when you look like Beyonce, you can show some Nalgitas.
Oh wow, I had no idea. The picture on the right is the inspiration.
Oh, okay.
There were many.
That's like denim kini.
But look, they're all denim and they're humongous. They're completely over her shoe. The second I saw that, I was like, those are Jncos. I'm not gonna make a denim kini. Sorry, guys. Not that kind of show. I told you, like, it was like borderline. I don't know if I can show that or not.
You kind of did a combination of the two, because the ones on the left, the side piece that holds the chaps up is a little bit narrower and off on the side, whereas on the wide leg ones, it kind of goes up the front, it looks like. So you kind of did a combination. You did like a wide leg with a bell bottom, but then you did a more slender thing on the side.
It's also the angle. She's doing the 6-shooter stance.
That too.
That is like a famous stance. I had to click out of there. There's a lot of Beyonce. Oof. I had no idea she was showing her cans all over the internet. Good for you. Oh, hold on. I have to ask the question now. Alexa, how old is Beyonce?
Beyonce is 42 years old.
Good for you. Know what? Shout out to everyone who is 42 years old. Those I had no idea. Those are I'm gonna stop. Beyonce looks good for 42. Beyonce and I could have went to high school together. We would have been in the same gym class. Oh, I feel so unaccomplished in my life.
Well, Beyonce sets a high bar.
Oh, I shouldn't have asked that question. Oh, that's funny. I had no idea she was 42. Let's ask another question. Alexa, how old is Britney Spears?
Britney Spears is 42 years old.
That's a different 42.
Well, Brittany had some issues. She was really like driven and dedicated and successful in her youth, and she ran into some trouble.
I had no idea Beyonce was 42 years old. That means she was doing all that. That means, hold on. When I was in economics class, she was see, you guys are so nice to Brittany. You guys are so I'm like, what happened? That whole thing though, that Nickelodeon documentary, I will never ever in my life ever say anything bad about Amanda Bynes as long as I live, as long as I'm on this earth. Ever. And Rashawn ruined my life with the American Gladiators documentary that I watched. That show was my show. And now I watch that documentary and I'm like, oh no. Brittany danced in her living room every day. Thank you. I've had this conversation 100 times. Brittany scares me. She looks sweaty. Beyonce's in the gym right now doing Olympic deadlift. Oh,
when you're dancing hard, you sweat.
Don't make me pull it up. Well, I don't know. Can I show Britney Spears' Instagram on my
Oh, well, I don't know.
It's she has a hollow stare. She has 1,000-yard stare in her eyes. And when you see Beyonce, she's glowing. Well, that's because of cocoa butter and lighting.
Cocoa butter and lighting.
She can dance with knives. Brittany gets my respect. Do you know? I don't know if you know. Brittany danced with knives on Instagram. The sheriffs went to her house.
Oh goodness.
Now that's BS. That you need to leave people alone. Like Brittany is starting to look like Nancy Reagan. and like I don't even I'm trying. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. It's the cowboy hat that makes me shame people. I had no idea they were the same age. I had no idea. Britney Spears' Instagram is scary because, like, who did you have a crush on, or someone that you were like, hey, just a rando, not anyone like George Michael,
like celebrity crush kind of thing?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard because like you don't like. Okay, we'll just go with like people that I thought were attractive. How's that?
Okay.
Well, let's see. Betancourt always looked pretty good.
Okay, what if every day he went on Instagram and started dancing until he was sweaty?
Depends on the dancing, I suppose.
And then as every day goes on, a article of clothing disappears as every day goes on.
I'm not really down with the exhibitionists.
Okay, so Wonder Twin. You see my horror as I grab my Victorian pearls as Britney Spears has lost her brains. Do you know, it's even worse now that I know that her and Beyonce are the exact same age. It's even worse now.
Okay, well, maybe I need to roll that back because D'Angelo did look pretty good. But he was missing.
Do you know D'Angelo is at his house right now calmly? D'Angelo is at his house calmly minding his own business, not dancing on Instagram. Beyonce inspired this. Beyonce inspired this. Britney Spears inspires me to go to a self-help group that I'm gonna go to a self-help group, just be like, I've seen Britney Spears' Instagram. They'll be like, oh, welcome. Come on in.
Well, I think we need to cut Britney some slack. She's got some stuff going on. I'll be the voice of reason over here.
You always are. I'm literally a grown man wearing chaps inspired by Beyonce. You have to be the voice of reason here.
Well, I think your chaps are fabulous.
I'm gonna go off when I get the serger working again. I'm gonna go off on this, but I might even make another pair. You know, let's be real. I never left my chap phase. It's just the 90s hoodie took over instead of me making chaps every week.
Oh, you could put stars down one leg on the side.
That's not a bad idea at all. I like that. That's not a bad idea at all. The last fuse is about to blow in Brittany's head. You know what? Like my father used to tell me, and I'm not kidding you, he was from the future because this was before the internet. He would always tell me, in this house, we do not believe in self-indictments. So that he was telling me, don't go out in public and tell your business. Don't go out in public and tell all of our business. Don't know if anyone has heard the bear question, but I will modify it. If you were in the woods, would you rather run into a bear or Brittany knife dancing and looking directly? I've been in that situation. I'll take the bear every time. I can't run like I used like when I was 22, but I'll take the bear. Gosh, that really was 20 years ago. Shout out to all my friends in Oregon. Honestly, Rashawn, I always tell people, if you're talking about it, it obviously affects you. Britney Spears hurts my feelings because I talk about her all the time. And you know what's funny? I brought this up a year ago. I came on my platform. It was like, my first question was, should I block Britney Spears? And then I had to explain to everybody what Britney Spears' Instagram was. And it's like a year later. Oh no, patch chaps. I like that. And the place downtown, they sell really big stars, like really big patch stars.
You could put your peacocks on the sides.
Peacock for the win. I forgot I had those. Excuse me, where's my compass? Let me get, I have I have to revive I've revived my iPhone 4.
Why?
Because it doesn't have noise. It doesn't have noise regulators like modern cell phones. So when I plug it in, my ears are ringing when I'm listening to them. They're so loud. Kevin Federline made out like a fat cat, so I would choose Britney. We are definitely on the dark side of the mirror where Kevin Federline looks like a stand-up parent. I do wish Britney had a fairer chance at the celebrity path. But really, what we're witnessing, the same thing happened to the cast of Different Strokes. We forget about Todd Bridges. Todd Bridges openly talked about smoking crack.
Mm.
And then when he came back with that weird show, you could tell that he was like warped. And as somebody who is put up and rode hard and put up wet themselves, takes one to know one. You could just tell that he had a tough road. You could just tell. This came with my Viking. I've added a few other things in here, but I love these stupid tchotchke drinks.
I didn't get to see all the stuff that came with it. But the Viking was very nice.
It didn't come with too much, but this is one of the original attachments. I could use this as my serger now. I could turn my Viking into a serger. But this, let's see if the rubber band breaks. Oh man, I've had this forever.
Ooh.
And if you know, this is my my super duper backup, because these are bobbins for all different types of machines. To the untrained eye, you can't see it, but most of these are different sizes. Because they're all to really old school machines. So it's really funny when sometimes I won't have a bobbin for something, and then I'm like, let me go to my magic box. That's why I have it right here, because there's a couple machines I'm gonna bring back. Oh, and I have a gajillion of these in these containers too.
Nice, nice.
But because of my hand size, I really can't like I need long pins.
Whenever I get pins and stuff like that, I always clean them with alcohol because, yeah.
We need you know what? I'm gonna make I'm gonna make Brittany a pair of chaps.
She'd probably like that.
She lives like she lives in what I call Kardashian country. And that's literally 35 minutes from my house going northeast on the Reagan Freeway. What part of Jargon?
Part of that gajillion is stuck in the rug.
You know what? These peacocks were inspired by watching Bernie Mac stand up, where he had his face and his name spray painted on his pants. And it reminded me of that style. I miss that style. But I think I talk about this all the time. Do you think it's more of the condition and less of me just wanting to wear the thing? It's like I love that era. So I'm like, oh, let me wear this. But then I'm gonna put them on and be like, oh, I look like a 40-something-year-old man trying to be trying to relive his youth.
Well, you could go on your workout regimen and get your like 6-pack and all of that back, and then you wear the skimpy outfit, and nobody will care how old you are. They'll just say.
So I had a talk with myself in the car yesterday. My new plan, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna work out so much that my chest is bigger than my stomach, so no one will notice. That's my plan. I'm gonna work my upper body. I'm gonna work everything because I don't skip leg day. I never skip leg day because I'm always skating or walking or something, you know. So I got leg day covered. So I'm just gonna work this part because at my age I like food and food likes me. And you know what? Food likes me. And I'm gonna stop lying to myself. Lady Gaga is what Britney was trying to become before they say she was crazy. That is so true, DJ Dose. That is so true. See, but Gaga can act like Gaga, like she's a triple threat. What part is weird? I don't remember what I was saying.
I don't know. I didn't see when that posted. So I just have it after the fact. Maybe she thinks that your jacked pecs and food belly are a strange combination.
It's because I want to literally have my cake and eat it too. Literally. And look like I ate my cake. I'm over, and I'll tell you, I'm over the pretentiousness of, if you don't like me for me now, then you don't deserve Buff William.
Oh goodness.
If you don't
Are
like,
you running with him?
if you don't like the round version of me, then you don't deserve when I finally start working out again.
Paraphrasing the Marilyn Monroe quote. Well, I mean, I do understand that because a few years ago when I did all that whole business and was all svelte and everything, I'm like, okay, hey, I'm the same person. Why am I getting treated differently? I'm the same person.
And I'm way cooler ever since I started eating Reese's Pieces and I stopped drinking kale smoothies. I like myself better. No, honestly, I felt like I was working out for other people and doing it forever because I didn't care. And I'm not saying that I'm unhealthy or anything, but I like my dad bod. I'm okay with it.
It can't be for other people.
I like pancakes and cheeseburgers.
Pancakes.
And making chaps on a Wednesday night. I can't believe my speaker cam is still there. Let's try this out one more time. This camera is duct taped to a JBL speaker. Couldn't figure out what to do. Let me move my chair again.
Now I've got save a horse, ride a cowboy going through my head.
Oh, you had to say that sentence. Thank you. For anyone wondering, this cowpoke has been sitting down wearing these the whole time.
Saddle up my horse, take a ride into the city.
I need a good cowboy song that isn't Old Town Road. And go. No, just because they still play that song everywhere here. That song is played everywhere here.
Doe says, I like my pants pushing in the front and pulling in the back, so I'm eating everything. You could just buy smaller pants, Dose.
See, Dose and I went to the same school. Exactly. I like eating. I'm telling you, like, during COVID, and it's not about my weight gain, but during COVID, I just had that Office Space moment of like, who am I doing this for? Because now I have that song in my head, but like none of that impresses me much. Don't get me wrong. Oh, now I'm just singing Shania Twain, but it's true. Like, who was I doing it for? I wasn't doing it for anybody. I was doing it for everybody but myself. I used to float around 195, 200. I'm 210 now, and I honestly feel better.
Yeah, that's not very much for someone as tall as you.
It's one of those funny things where I don't know. It's just and also I come from a long line of shamers, so I had that Office Space moment of I'm gonna live my life and eat chili fries. Even last night, after my son's class, I looked at him. I'm like, "You want to go to the Greasy Spoon?" And he's like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do."
Joy's down with the Shania.
I was a video watcher, so if you could carry a tune, I'd watch your video. I love that whole era. Sometimes you got to get out of the office and work construction for real. I think that's what's like ever since I've been put in the office, I'm literally looking out the window watching people move around. I'm like, I kind of miss that. I love these pants. I am gonna put some giant Texas size stars. Should I put them on both sides or what? Evil Knievel style?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like one leg.
That's gonna be my rapper name.
One leg? I guess that's better than third leg.
The second you said that reminded me of 2 Chainz for some weird reason. I definitely I was trying to stop making those hoodie combos because I wear them. I actually wear those things.
Did you wear your Alaska King blanket jacket this winter? You had that in one of your videos recently. I always like that jacket.
That I talk about it all the time. I had no idea what I was doing, and I made all of that by hand. Sewing, it was a lot of sewing machine, but a lot of it was by hand because I had to do intricate pinning and stuff. But it's some of my best work because it was nothing but love into that piece. That was like I still look at it and marvel because and the funny thing is not knowing what I was doing, I made it the right way. I had interfacing, not even knowing what I just was like, "Oh, this is logical. This is logical. This is logical." And I did it better than even if I was trying now. You know what you need for the Wookiee coat? A tactical Crosby satchel. Crossbody satchel. Do you know for a long time they were selling Wookiee backpacks? But that just looked like a hairy mess in the car.
I
I
saw
do need
the
a nice Wookiee satchel. I can't do the Chewie.
I saw the movie that was like what was it? With Han Solo's origin story. Well, when he
No, I
first
haven't seen that. I have
Oh.
not seen that. Is it good?
Well, I'm remembering the scene where he met Chewie, and he like starts to choke, and Chewie says, "Wait, you speak Wookiee?"
Oh, that's hilarious. I have not seen that movie. There's a bunch of movies I haven't seen. Solo, I liked it. It was definitely different. Okay, that's right up my alley. See, that's a selling point for me. Was I'm trying to remember what his name was. Who played Lando Calrissian? I have to look that up because if it's Donald Glover, I have not seen that movie.
Well, in the like the update ones, yeah, that was Donald Glover.
I have not seen those.
I liked that one. I only saw it the one time, but I liked it. I wanted the necklace that she wore in the end, the open oval one, and it looked like it had like a piece of onyx in it, but I could only find open. I don't know. I tried to get one, and then I couldn't find one, and then it sold out. And
That's funny because they recreate everything now.
Mm-hmm.
I got really bored last night and I fell down this Dune rabbit hole. You can buy the entire wardrobe of the movie.
Oh, I need to watch the Dune sequel. You can get all the replica pieces.
It was weird to me. It was straight. I was like, holy cow. So you could dress like you're in the middle of the desert in 2024. But the movie didn't feel traditional Star Wars. It felt Marvelverse. Good Marvelverse. That's crazy. You know what, though? I have a bunch of weird comic books, and I read a Doctor Who Star Trek The Next Generation crossover, and I needed to take a shower after I read it. It's in here somewhere.
You needed to take a shower because
it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. It was the Matt Smith Doctor too, so it was like goofy meets serious because Picard was like, what is this? Where are you from? And then he had to explain the TARDIS to Picard. Picard was like, I don't care.
I feel like it would have been better if Matt Smith's doctor had met Q or something.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Mm-hmm.
They were giving away a bunch, we have comic book day here, and they give away a bunch of free comics. And anything Trek I was in, man. What these kids don't know is that I'm already up at 4:30 in the morning. So when the shop opens, I'm at the shop. We have now reached the Reese's Pieces. See, here's my problem. I like Reese's Pieces.
Those aren't Reese's Pieces.
I'm sorry, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Those are just the straight up peanut butter cups, and they pack a wallop with the calories. They're tasty, but they have an impact. I remember I saw my grandmother had some of the Christmas trees or whatever from Reese's, and I looked and I'm like, these are 400 calories each.
Why you're such a Californian? Why are you counting? I eat like this. Well, so to those who don't know, if you pull up to any, and I'm sure it's like this in a lot of other places in the state of California, it's the law that you have to have the caloric intake next to the food. So it has all the nutritional value and everything. So when you eat a cheeseburger, it's telling you you're unhealthy. But as someone who eats the Baconator at Wendy's, and they have a version of it everywhere now, I don't care. Give me my 12 million calorie sandwich and leave me alone.
Well, it's fine if you still make that decision, but sometimes you want to make an informed decision. And when I saw the calories in the treat, they're not even that big, and it was 400 calories, and I'm like, all right, well,
See, now I have to
any
look.
of those.
Alexa, how many calories are in a Reese's peanut butter cup?
A Reese's peanut butter cup has 12 calories. Reese's
No.
peanut butter cups are a popular candy that is loved by
No.
many people. They are a good
No.
source of protein and fiber.
No,
Take it from propaganda A word.
it is
12.
not 12 calories. That's no.
Just tune those numbers out like you tune out the check engine light.
Well, most like candy bars, like individually wrapped candy bars, I think are like 250, 275, and the peanut butter cups normally come 2 to a pack. So I'm going to say one of them is probably about 125 calories.
They don't come to a pack around here.
150 maybe. Or wait, no, is it 250 or 350? Maybe they're 350 calories in a candy bar. No, I don't think it's that high. I think it's 250. Whatever. Oh, doses checking out. Bye, Dose.
Have a great night, Dose. Thank you for stopping by. That's 4 cans of soda. Wait a minute. That's the equivalent as someone who drinks soda. Thank you for stopping by, Dose.
A soda can is like 150 calories.
You
It's
know
all sugar.
The truth hurts. That's why you give me a hard time for my intake, or what?
No, I was less concerned about the calories than I was the sugar. It's like a massive amount of sugar.
I'm just scared if I stopped all that at once, I might spontaneously combust.
Well, maybe just, dial it back a little bit.
Those fun-sized candy bars are false advertising. They're not fun. They're a teaser at best. That's true.
Seriously.
Especially with the Snickers, because I'll eat like 15 of those. Those little ones, I go crazy with those.
My word.
You think that's I've had conversations with you where I've eaten half a bag of Reese's Pieces while talking to you.
Reese's peanut butter cups. Don't fool yourself. Those are not the pieces.
Tomato, You asked the wrong question. I know. I'm about to. How many calories does one Reese's have? 87.
Rashawn says the package on Walmart says 210 calories per 2-pack of the peanut butter cups.
Oh,
but the tree things, those like special trees for Christmas and stuff, those are like thick and dense and caloric.
210 for. That's why they're so good. Oh, why? Okay. Since you are the great Oz, why does everything that tastes good eventually kill you? I used to have this conversation.
I saw a thing about this, and I think it's because we need salt to survive, and sugar is like a quick like energy source, so that's why like babies like sweet things and stuff like that. So if you're in like a survival situation, you're drawn to things that are just gonna like get you through. And so, but that's not necessarily like healthy in the long term. Yeah, the trees and eggs are massive.
Well, no, you don't drink soda at all, do you?
No, I had to quit just because it's like it's so much sugar and it's so caloric. I find that it ends up like there are other things I would rather have for those calories. But I like that it's all like fizzy, and it depends. Like if I'm out or like at the movies or but
I feel it's the most shaming thing in California. They have the calories next to all the food you order. So they'll show you how many calories for like an 8-piece of, like whenever I go to Popeyes, I'm like ordering like this with one eye. Like Don't look at the other side of the menu.
Oh, Sean, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad tidings.
I'm hooked. You know I'm a pirate. Like I literally yesterday I hooked up my son. I was like, you want to go to Greasy Spoon? My real evil reason was because I was craving their shrimp. They have this basket. It's an entire carton. It's like a giant thing of fries with 30 pieces of fried shrimp on it.
Oh my goodness. But
And
see,
they're breaded. It's fried and it's good.
but I think that's that's kind of part of the problem. Like if you eat a piece of chocolate cake or a brownie or something like that, like that's a treat. It's not like you're not eating that trying to be healthy, you know. And so like I think that's fine. But when you aren't informed about like the day-to-day stuff you're eating, then you're like, wait a minute, why am I gaining all this weight, or why do I feel like
Okay, but
why is
like,
my blood sugar spiking? And then you find out, oh, I didn't know that they made it this way and that this thing is like 1,000 calories. So you have to be able to make informed choices. Exactly. Cake is a requirement for life.
You're gonna die. See, this is. I know I always quote my pops, but he was like a quote mine, and he used to always look at me and be like, I'm gonna die from something I ate, drank, or smoked. Because I'd ask him all the time, like, bro, your age, why are you still smoking? Why are you still eating red meat? Why are you still doing this? He's like, one of them's gonna take me out anyways. Might as well enjoy myself.
I think there's a balance. Like there's a place in there where you feel satisfied and where you get cake and you have a good time and you're not feeling deprived, but you're also not like accelerating your death by eating it too much.
I'm not kidding you. When he passed away, I didn't eat candy for almost 4 or 5 years. Because it was he's the one that had the sweet tooth. I just hung out with him all the time. And look at me now, 5 years later, I'm hooked.
Like having candy or cake or whatever, that's great. But if you're getting diabetes from it, then maybe you need to scale back a little bit.
Like, I always have cornbread in my house. Oh, you could walk in my kitchen right now and there's cornbread made. I am addicted. But sometimes I think I just need something to house my butter.
Butter.
If I find out I have something terminal, I'm going to go kidneys to the wall and eat fast food and take out. Thank you. That's how, I think because of my lung issues, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be here forever. Like, let's live life. And I think that's what it was too, because I was raised around senior citizens, and like, don't repress. My grandma was so repressed. Something fell. I still don't believe in it. My grandma was so repressed. Live your life. That's another thing. I knew someone who would drink like a fish, smoked, ate red meat. They lived to be in their 80s. My grandmother, who died with her original teeth, lived to be 99. That's an extra what, like 19 years, I guess. Where's that? I don't know. Where's that trade-off? You got to be somewhere in the middle, I guess. Work out, but still.
But
I think you go where you go, and there's very little control you have over it. It's mostly genetics and pure dumb luck. I agree. In a lot of ways, I agree with that.
Like my grandfather, because of he had like clogged arteries and stuff, and he died when he was what was like, okay, so he was like 60. He was really young because he had health issues and he wouldn't make any changes, and it killed him. And so it's like, okay, if the things that you're doing are killing you, then maybe you need to make some changes. But at the same time, you still have to. I couldn't be one of those people who never lets a piece of chocolate cross their lips and you know, that's no way to live either. Well, Kilroy, you would just have to make your own cornbread. You can cook.
All this talk about soda, I had to go to the
So
fridge.
you've got 2 cans. Oh my word. Why don't you start with 1 can and see if you still want the other one later?
That is my rapper name now, is 2 cans.
Unintended.
Instead of 1 leg, my official rapper name is 2 cans.
You can't. Well, you could order it. You know, we have mail nowadays. Kilroy, shipping, international shipping. Get cornmeal to make your own cornbread.
I knew people that live in Ghana, and you'd be surprised how hardcore it is to get something like that shipped to a different country.
Well, okay.
So
So maybe,
although you'd have to order like enough cornbread for 6 months to make it worth it, you know?
well, okay. So maybe you don't move to Ghana. There are other countries that can get cornmeal.
You and I wouldn't last in Ghana, like.
They'd be like, "What are you doing here, you fake black people?"
No, there's an actual word they call Americans, and it's not flattering.
Oh,
It's like
dear.
a word, and it doesn't matter what you look like, they call you that word. And it means white person.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're not that wrong for me anyway. Yeah.
I am Kilroy. I'm addicted to Bargs. But ever since that day that you told me that they sold it at Walmart, I looked and they don't sell it in my area. So I would have to drive to like Alhambra or somewhere ridiculous.
You are driving all over the town anyway. So next time you go for like authentic Chinese food at that place, then you can stop in and get some Barks.
Okay, so it's no secret that I drive to the hood for Chinese food, but that's like a 20-30 minute drive.
Well, yeah, but so pick up some root beer while you're over there.
They don't sell it over there either. I've checked. You know, I walk in their grocery stores. I can't find Barks anywhere except for in Jack in the Box. In the Jack in the Box now, they have those soda machines that has everything. Has mellow yellow, anything you could think of.
So are you talking about finding it on tap, or are you talking about finding it in a can or a bottle or something?
I've been trying to buy it for the past year, and I've only I just buy mug because that's what's near me.
You could go to like a Bevmo or whatever, and they can order a case for you. One of those kinds of stores.
Sorry, I'm over here making love. Reese's.
Bow, bow, bow.
I haven't been in Bevmo in 12 years. Probably 30. How old's my son? Wow, he's about to be 15. Yikes. I haven't been in Bevmo in almost 13 years. Funny that when I quit drinking, I stopped going to the drinking store. Have you ever seen the movie Leaving Las Vegas?
No. I know
of it, but really sad scene where Nicolas Cage is not dealing with his alcoholism, where he lies to everybody and says he's not going to drink, and they cut to the next scene and he's literally dancing in the aisle at the grocery store as he's buying booze.
So or you could speak to the your local grocery store. They might be able to do a special order for you.
I have to look. Like, our Safeway's overpriced. I stopped going. I started going to different stores because they're so overpriced. Then they have this other place in the really $1 million side of town, Pavilions. Let me tell you, it's just a Safeway with higher prices. I was like, you guys are getting ripped off just for living half a mile from my house. Like, that's crazy. And it's also a contract thing. Imagine having a contract to Los Angeles. I wouldn't want bars to be sold here either if I was mugged. Tell you the honest truth. Imagine how many people you have access to in LA County as compared to something like
Did you try Virgil's yet?
No, but you keep on saying that, and now I want to introduce you to like Sioux City sarsaparilla. There's all kinds of like root beers and sarsaparillas that I was hooked on.
Mm-hmm.
I probably had it. I got really weird with the root beers and sarsaparillas.
I used to really like Journey sodas. They had this like vanilla bean that was good, and then they had they had a coconut cream soda. It was amazing. But they went out of business. I was
So
sad.
you'll eat Almond Joy or Mounds or whatever that is, huh?
Yep.
You like coconut?
Yep.
If hell is real, on the elevator down there playing nothing but Britney Spears, and you have to eat Almond Joy. I do not like those things. I do not like them.
What? They're so good. See, Rashawn's with me.
I'm not a go. I'm not a. You know what's so funny? I eat bananas, but I hate plantains.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
I'm addicted to curry, but I hate coconut. Which has coconut in curry has coconut in it. It's weird. When it's incorporated into something, I'm fine. I don't like soft carrots. I'll sit here and eat carrots all day like I'm Bugs Bunny. I don't like cooked carrots.
I like them raw and I like them cooked, but I don't like that sort of in between.
Mm-hmm.
Can't handle it.
I'm weird. Like my son, he cooks dinner now all the time. And even he's learned, like, you steam it, you don't like make it soggy.
Roasting it in the oven, that's really tasty.
Do you eat asparagus?
I like asparagus. I don't like the stinky pea after asparagus.
Why is that even a I remember even as a kid, I'm like, why is this real?
And apparently it doesn't happen to everybody.
I grew up in a house where we grew this stuff. My parents grew all kinds of stuff, zucchini, anything that could fit in the backyard. I love asparagus. I'll cook it in 15 different types of way, but like, the after effects aren't fun.
No.
All right, we've gone around Jupiter twice. We're hitting the 4 hour, or we're almost. I'll go 6 more minutes. Excuse me, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. You're on. See, now I have Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick stuck in my head.
I don't know that song.
I'm gonna put it on right after. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. That is such a good song.
That sounded familiar.
That's back when we didn't have options. Like, I'm sure you've heard the song a good
gajillion. But see, I wasn't listening to those radio stations.
But even then, we didn't have options back in the day. So it's like you would eventually hear the song whether you wanted to or not. I told you, my son asked me all the time, how do you know the words to this? And I'm like, kid, this was it. Like, this is all we had. I know every word. I know the lyrics. I could write it down for you, Like you were saying, even on all the, because I have a ton of vinyl, they had sleeves in the vinyl that told you every word,
Mm-hmm. They put the roller on this ruler backwards. Because, okay, this would be great for a lefty.
As a lefty, I'm listening.
Yeah, see, because the way that you roll it, Well, I mean, I guess you could. Okay, I guess I can just flip it around if I want to roll it the other way, and then I'll have to like pick it up and look at how far. But no, because if you're trying to, the direction you go, normally, if you're right-handed, you would hold it to the right and like roll it to the left, I would say. Or you would like, if you're rolling something, you would go from you to away from you rather than away from you and towards you. And so if you do that, then that's rolling the little roller backwards. And if you want, you could turn it around if you want to roll it that direction. But then if you're trying to measure a certain distance, then you can't see the numbers. They should have put the little number window on both sides. That would have been ideal. But I guess if you're just like measuring, if you're measuring like a something and you just want to know how long it is, then you can stop and look at the number. But I would say that this would be, maybe did I order a left-handed one by accident or something?
Wonder Twin. Wonder Twin. It was on the edge of my lips. I was about to say, did you order, as someone who's left-handed, did you order a Ned Flanders left-handed tool?
Actually, no. They didn't have left-handed. They had metric and imperial, and I got a 2-pack. So there's a small, I got a small metric one and a regular size imperial.
I think you got a left-handed.
I did not. They didn't have one.
All right. Well, I don't know if I'll have a Friday So's out this week. I probably will. For as much as I gripe, like I have quite a few things to say. So I probably will. Even if it's a 3-minute Friday So's, I think everyone should see me prancing around in my giant chaps and see if I get my serger working or not. I think it's because I'm so frustrated with it. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at you, serger. Don't even want to look at it. Well, we've been going for a while now. We have officially gone around Jupiter twice. I hope everybody enjoyed the view. I will see everybody again on Saturday. Polished and assembled. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are a valued member here in the House of Sewing. More valued than my serger. Still mad at you, serger. You're more reliable than the serger. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Rashawn, so good to see you. I would like to thank DJ Dose, Kilroy, Joy, Nightmare Baby, Alibaba, as always. Anybody, Pam, Mona, if I missed you. Sewing and ranting with Godless Sewing. Hey, you're a cool guy. But for real, I want to thank everybody for stopping by this evening. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I sincerely thank you to anyone who watches this in the future. If you've made it this far, you're amazing, because the replay gang is getting bigger and bigger, and I appreciate every single one of you. So, like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next.